Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Click through the static and listen to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge in high definition. Simply tune to 98.1 and select HD2. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Tuesday, June 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 84. In hour one of today's show, we'll discuss the abbreviated matchup last night between LSU and UCLA as the Tigers have a 5-3 lead over the Bruins heading into the fourth inning. And we'll talk about what the rain delay means for Jay Johnson's squad the rest of the College World Series. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. And watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Our number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo!
Yo!
Wow. Another day, another producer.
Also, He filled
been here
in.
before.
He filled in Friday. That's on him.
He's been here before.
Man,
that's on you.
No, come on, man.
You did this Friday.
You've been here before.
It's a long morning, bro. It's a long morning.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah,
for
we do
being
it every morning, so tell us about it.
Thanks for being a good
I
listener.
don't know how y'all do it. I really don't. I don't know how y'all do
Yeah,
it.
thanks for listening to the show.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Well, we apologize for that.
That's not a great way to start the
We'll
morning.
bring the juice that Jordan left at home. My God.
God.
What a way. I mean, this is the pregame show.
It's a pregame
This
show.
is the pregame show for a College World Series game.
Get you piss hot.
God.
Look.
Lukewarm at best right now.
Right hand to God. I was just trying to make sure, the sound was coming down. I'm checking the sound levels. I'm scanning. Scanning.
Hey, I know we're like watching a baseball game later.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know why football pants don't have pockets?
Cause why?
No place to put all of those excuses.
Good coach speak.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Baseball's got them.
Yeah,
They do.
No pockets in football pants.
And they wear little oven mitts on their hands now.
Yeah, they don't put those excuses. They put oven mitts.
You love the oven mitt, though.
Not a
Terrible
fan of
trend.
it.
I hate them.
Hate them.
They're so dumb.
He went off on he wasn't here last week. The week before that.
We went off on the little oven mitts, sliding
It's
mitts.
terrible. It's the only thing bad about baseball right now. The rest of it's great.
Rest of it's great.
Oh, yeah. I'm a new fan. Did you know that? A new baseball fan.
Brand new fan. It's going to be great once the game starts back. Certainly did not have on the bingo card to come in here today, start the show, and be talking about a game that's going to start at 10 a.m. Central Time as soon as we finish up.
We're college game day.
Basically. We're leading into the game. LSU is up right now, 5-3. So top of the fourth inning. It will resume later on today, but it does change some of the dynamic, certainly. The loser has another game today against Arkansas. Arkansas, a big winner, it feels like. I mean, so you got the team that's got a game that's only in the fourth inning. Now, and UCLA is definitely a by-committee team. They've already gotten into their bullpen. Now, LSU will because of the delay, but who knows who they have to use today, right? Either team, but certainly like if you're UCLA, and let's say you don't come back, who do you have to use to try to keep the game close, to try to, make that run to win the game? And then, you got another game later on today. So Arkansas, who didn't have to use a single soul out of the bullpen yesterday. Shout out. We'll get there. Probably going to be pretty happy with what's going on and there being another game today. And then the team that wins this game, who is going to have a full day's rest, well, now that's out the window as well.
Yeah, you do a little quick search on social media or anywhere on the internet. Arkansas's feeling pretty confident just because of this one little rain delay. They basically feel like they've already got this game won. Then they think Root's coming back to play the elimination game. So yeah, they're feeling pretty confident. I was kind of shocked at how confident the vibes were coming from the Arkansas fan base and their beat writers. And so, I guess win or lose, we're in for it, apparently.
Some of the people that cover Arkansas were feeling pretty fat and cocky before the LSU game as well.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we were
Our guy, John Neighbors, that we see at Media Day, I think he said 8-2 Hogs was going to be the score for the first LSU game. He also said Coach Cal is in the building. No way the Hogs lose today. They did. So, yeah, they're a confident group. And I understand why. I mean, they're a hell of a baseball team. They threw a no-hitter yesterday in the College World Series.
Lord.
That doesn't suck.
19 strikeouts, too. That was the one that had me like, damn, 19 strikeouts. Like, geez.
Yeah. Unlike the Braves who struck out 15 and lost 10-1, Arkansas, they won this one.
I was looking at it. It says Gage Wood and Gabe Gackle, they threw 15 total innings of shutout baseball, 3 hits and total of like 208 pitches.
Yeah,
which is like 1 hit out of every 70 times they threw that ball.
Wow, that's a crazy stat,
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
between
they're
the two games,
for their life.
Literally
35
against the wall.
35 strikeouts for Arkansas, first 2 games, 19 in the second, 16 against LSU. But we're not here to talk about the Hogs. We'll get there a little bit later.
Yeah, they stink.
We are here to talk about the Tigers, and got a little hairy there to start the game off.
I wasn't real happy. We were like, it was right at that time we were trying to like sit down and feed the kids, like get the food in them real quick so like we could sit and watch the game. And I'm like watching them while putting their food down, and I'm like slamming their food down. I'm like, eat it quick. So we don't have like a TV like where the kitchen table is,
Right?
But you can kind of like see it around the corner.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That seems like a design
drop
flaw.
some food. Yeah, it's a design flaw for sure. The builder of the house was not interested in Tiger baseball at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nobody's perfect.
Some food fell on the ground. Might have spilled some of their beverage on the ground as well.
As long as you didn't spill
They
yours.
might have like been like, "No, Daddy, no!" Like, why are you yelling at me?
Because the Tigers are down
Hey,
3-0.
big baseball fan, bud.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Got
But
it.
the way they scored the 3 runs, I mean, it was one ball truly left, the infield. And I know one got through, but I mean, it was on the ground. I mean, it was just
It
like they
happens.
were
I know.
perfectly placing the baseball, right? You got a swinging bunt in there. Now, Daniel Dickinson did a hell of a job, saved a run, even though you didn't get it out in one of those plays. But it just, gosh, whenever that happens and you're like, oh my gosh, this West Coast baseball team, that's what they want to do. That's what they, have always done, kind of just here, there, just swinging bunts, infield hit. And you responded in a big way.
Sure.
And a guy that not only us, but I mean, everybody was getting after a little bit.
Oh yeah,
He had the platinum sombrero
Yeah.
and Bear Jones. He had 5 strikeouts. It's like, hey, you got to make an adjustment. He comes up in the bottom of the first inning. Not only does he make that adjustment, and now he barely got out, but I don't care. Barely,
Yeah, he's
whatever. He got out. He
got out
He hits a 3-run
with
homer
the wind blowing in.
to give you the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he thought, and I thought, he got it.
He thought he got
He
it
thought he
good.
got a tank.
Yeah.
He sat there and
He
smiled. And he was
strutted
like,
that
oh my
thing.
God,
He's like,
thank you.
Thank the Lord.
And then it hits off the top of the wall. But nonetheless, it is a home run. And that's what you have to do. You have to answer like immediately when that happens.
Yeah, did you just feel the pressure
Oh.
come not
Always.
only off his back, but
Yeah.
like the
Always.
crowd?
Yeah.
Right? Did you just
Always.
feel it?
Oh my gosh.
Like you saw his
They
parents.
kept
in the
showing
stand-
his mom, and
Oh
Katie's
my-
like, if they keep showing her, I'm going to cry.
I know. But I mean, can you imagine the amount of phone conversations, hugs that like the Bear and his parents have had, like says, "Hey, you're gonna be all right."
I like that
You're
you
gonna
just called him the Bear.
I know the
I
Bear.
like
it.
Absolutely.
The Bear.
He is after that.
Yeah.
After going 5 strikeouts, staying late, doing the extra work, and finding a way to get out of his head.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it yesterday. Hitters, throwers, kickers, we're all head cases when things aren't going right because
Right.
you start overthinking, and that's the worst thing you can do in a reactionary fine motor skill type of sport. Is think about it. You can't think about it.
In the baseball portion of it, we talk about it all the time. Like for us being football meatheads, it's like, okay, well, if I drop a pass, I can come right back and Flynn might throw me another one.
Yeah. Be ready.
If I miss the cut on a lead stretch, okay, well, I'm going to come back in this game. I'm going to run the same play, and if that cut's there, then I know.
Yep.
I'm going to get it, and pretty quickly is my point. Yep. For baseball, we always talk about it. It's like, man, it is lonely up there in the batter's box, certainly when it's not going your way. And if it doesn't go your way, sometimes you got to wait about 45 minutes before you get another opportunity. And you could feel all of that when he's up in the batter's box, the opportunity, what the score was, who he's been his entire career, but certainly has been struggling. And then he hits the baseball. Now, he knew it. I don't know that a lot of us knew it because the wind caught it. But
the only reason that we knew it was watching him.
That's the only reason, he smiled at the baseball.
Because it looked like, it was pretty high. Yeah, he smiled at it. He just walked it off, and I was like, did he get it? And then, you couldn't tell by the outfielder. He was kind of, slowing down at the warning track. But it went. She creeped over there. Creeped over that wall.
You add another run to make it 5-3, and so now the conversation is going to be, who do you put on the mound? So Anthony Ianson, we know it's baseball. Look, it's not Little League baseball. Coaching gets back out there.
Do some arm circles.
Yeah, exactly. He is done. So now you have a couple of options to who you want to go out there because this game is massive. Win, and you don't play later today. Lose, you play later today with a team that is uber confident and a team that didn't have to use anybody out of the bullpen yesterday, right? So, the obvious is any game in Omaha, but certainly in this situation, Chase Shores, Kason Evans, Zach Cowan, you've got some options. Taylor, I don't like when you make that face. Why is that face?
I don't want him to throw Kason Evans today.
Okay.
Because there's a chance you got to play a do-or-die game later today if you don't win this one, and you got to play tomorrow. I would rather Kason Evans start a full game. That's just me, but you got Chase Shores. Cooper Williams has been really good if you want to throw a lefty at him. I think you can piece this thing together. You got a 2-run lead. Go with Kason Evans.
Do you want to go
game.
somebody that has length to them, though? Because
I would like to, and that's the difference between
the thing. If you patch it together and go 1 inning, 1 inning, 1 inning, and you lose, you've got another game later tonight.
Yep. And that's the risk you take. That's the worst part about a rain delay.
I guess the good part is we're spotted two runs right now, so the mindset probably changes a little bit. But that's what makes the College World Series so intriguing is not only the matchup between teams, it's the matchup between head coaches. It's how much, because the goal is to win it all. The goal is not to win today at 10:03 a.m.
Yeah.
Right? The goal is to win it all. So you do have to game plan and think ahead, think 1, 2, 3 games ahead. And that's what makes it so intriguing. Is how many pitches it's are you throwing a reliever in there on a pitch count because he's he could go again tomorrow. Those are the matchups that just as a sports fan I find so entertaining.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, if it doesn't work out, the fans have something to complain about or judge or critique or whatever. But then the coach gets celebrated. But so it's not only the pitching and batter matchups, but it's the head coach matchups that is so great. And we got a proven dude.
There's a lot of different options, man. It's going to be highly intriguing with how Jay goes out there to resume this game in the top of the fourth. And by the way, Hunt, I see you in the chat. We're going to cold call you here in a second. You shouldn't have said hello in the chat. That's on you.
Means you're awake.
Chase Shores to speed the bats up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Zach Cowan to come in.
If you could only use Shores and Cowan, that'd be incredible.
I think that's the recipe that I'm voting for.
That'd be great because that way
Shores to get you to the 7th, Cowan to finish it up.
That way, whether you win or lose, either tonight, tomorrow, you have Kason Evans, you have Cooper Williams, you have Jaden Newt. You basically have everybody except those two guys.
Yeah. Again, it's not the ideal situation to be able to go out there, you're feeling it, you got the lead, and then shut it down, and now you got to come back and you play in less than 3 hours.
Yeah, and I'd like to talk about that. Maybe coming back from break, it's
called a radio tease.
Yeah, I'm kind of a pro, so it's not a big deal. I'd like to talk with you just from like a former athlete standpoint.
Yeah.
The mindset of like, would you rather have played late?
Yeah.
Or come back and play in the morning,
Right.
potentially,
Yeah.
1.5 games or a little bit more than 1.5 games in the same day.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Again, Hunt, I'm not kidding. Get ready for a phone call around 7:30. We'll have Nick Underhill certainly later on in the show to talk a little New Orleans Saints. We've got OTB mailbag, but it's all about the Tigers
Let's
on the
go.
diamond. We'll continue hitting LSU baseball as they get ready to resume their game against UCLA when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com is the website. Reliable, hassle-free trash removal services in South Louisiana. There's no hidden fees, right? Reliable weekly service. Even if there's a holiday, they're not going to just skip you for a couple of weeks. They're going to make sure that they schedule it where you have your trash pickup within that week. And they're always going to have the holiday schedule on the homepage of trashrangers.com, right? If you're dealing with the big national company, you couldn't find that with a search warrant. But with Trash Rangers, they're literally right there on the homepage. And so go find that. Always know they got those roll-off dumpsters we always tell you about if you've got a big job at your home, at your business. Trashrangers.com.
Commercial, residential, over 20,000 customers serviced every single week here in Louisiana. Reliable service, no yearly contracts, great low prices, no hidden fees. TrashRangers.com, 225-612-2477.
Imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Chromed out 1100. What I'm doing, getting money. What we doing, getting money. What they doing, hating on us, but they never cross. Cash money still a company. We's it about.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Let's go. Baseball.
No, you can't do that and then not drop something. Like you felt like you were about to get into it.
No, I wasn't going
to
to
little freestyle.
myself.
Jordan, did he not feel like when you repeat yourself like that on the beat, does it not mean something?
No, when you hit the like you finna spit something. I was really like, okay, QB1 about to get some bars.
Let's see what Tyler Texas has.
I was setting it up.
Setting it up. You need a hype man.
Jay Hess.
Oh, is that my stage name now? Jay Hess.
Jay Hess.
All right.
Yeah, you always got the guy in the background. That's
the
hype guy.
You the hype guy, so you're not the rapper. You the guy in the background, like yeah. Okay. Let's get this bad boy started.
Let's go.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, as we get this thing started, shout out to GoFlow IV Spa. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them at goflowiv.com. You can find them right on Jefferson near Bocage. Book that appointment today. Summer heat is here. It's hot down here in Louisiana. So make sure that you're well hydrated. And if you enjoyed, 4 innings last night and maybe you're not ready for today just yet, go get ready over at GoFlow.
Yeah, if you stayed up late.
Oh, maybe if that game would have been played last night, I would have had to go see GoFlow today for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a nightmare situation. Sometimes you get in those libations, you got those cocktails flowing for the game. Then it gets canceled, but you're staying up, so you keep it going. Then you're like, oh, no, I got to wake up early, maybe go to work, maybe call in sick from work and start doing it all over. Maybe you're nauseous. Yeah, you got nausea relief over it.
You're not allowed to be sick on this show.
Do you know that? GoFlow? Nausea relief?
I did not. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Because is there anything worse?
No.
Just
then nothing.
That spitting feeling, like the room is like you're sitting still, but the room is moving.
I need something to happen here, and it's not.
Yeah, like it either has to come out,
or go away.
Yeah, or go away. Simple.
Yeah. Shout out to GoFlow.
Getting us started. Until now, nothing you can do about it. Now you can.
No solution.
Fair. All right. You had a question going into break about mindset, playing last night, playing in the morning.
Yeah. So Taylor and I were discussing this when I came in today. It's like, it stinks from when you look at it just right off the cuff. It's like, man, you would rather have during a rain delay. I know there's probably like a lot of people have different opinions on how to appropriately do this. Do you move the games back? What do you do? You got to keep the tournament on schedule, right?
Right.
So would you rather play the game, start it up at midnight, play the game, finish it at 2 in the morning, 3 in the whatever it ends up being, or would you rather have them call it like they did, wake up a little bit earlier, and then have the chance of playing a little over 1.5 games in the same day? And I think everybody was like, well, it stinks. You got to do that. You got to play now. If you lose, you got to play. You got to come back and play at 6 p.m. I would much rather do that and then play a game till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Okay.
Because as an athlete, that's okay. All right, let's just say that the 9th inning ends, we win, or let's just say the losing team loses, and it's 2 a.m., 2:30. You're not getting to sleep until 6 a.m. probably.
Yeah.
Because you got to come down. It takes hours to come down from a game, right? Because you're so emotionally tied up in it. You got to take showers. You got to do media. You got to do all this stuff. Then you get no sleep. You're not getting to bed until 12 hours before, the next game. So I would rather them do it and come back and play 2 games in one day than have to sit there and play a game till 2 or 3 in the morning. And I don't know if everybody else feels that way.
So you would rather come back?
I would definitely, 100%. If there's already a rain delay, of course. Of course, I'd rather just play through it. But that's if starting it at midnight.
Yeah.
No,
right.
Of course, a normal rain delay, you're sitting for an hour or 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it does depend on when you actually restart the game. I am a little bit of a meathead, minus a little bit part. So, like, when I get my mindset and my juices flowing and I'm ready to go and I'm in that mindset, even though there is a delay, I do think I want to go ahead and get back out there and finish it. I'm at the ballpark. I'm in my uniform. We've been here waiting for 3 hours on something. Give me some news. And then all of a sudden, like, you got this ultimate high, and then they tell you, hey, boys, see you tomorrow morning. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's 11 o'clock. The game's at 10. Coach is probably going to have us here at the field in 6 hours. We're still here. We got to shower. We got to go to the hotel. We got to get down from this high. We got to eat something. You're going to bed at 2 a.m. to be back at the ballpark at 6 a.m. So for me, I would much rather, let's go ahead, let's play this thing. Let's play it. If we get done at 2 a.m., that's fine. Like, we'll still get more rest if we lose this game and come back and play against Arkansas a little bit later on.
Do you feel like y'all nerves would be worse the next day? Like just the moment knowing that
I'll throw this one to Matt, because this is not me being Tommy Toughnuts, I promise you. Nerves were not something
Tommy Toughnuts? Have you used that one before?
Probably.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like it.
Probably not like yeah, I've used that before for sure.
Yeah.
Because nerves were never a part of my game. They weren't. I get more nervous right now watching your
kids play
11-year-old and 9-year-old batting like in youth baseball than I did carrying the football in any game that I ever played in. That's just the way it is.
That's
like if my son Jackson's out there at left tackle, I am a nervous wreck, like making sure he gets his blocks. For me, not like people don't believe, like not nervous. I'm just not a nervous person when I play because I can control it.
You can control, yeah.
Right? And so baseball, though, with, I mean, just so many moving parts, it's like, to Jordan's point, I'm sure there's a lot of players that are overthinking a lot of the situations that could play out that maybe already did play out, and that's something that they have to control.
Yeah, so getting up for a game, like the mental preparation it takes, like the adrenaline pump, everything, a rain delay is the worst for an athlete at any level.
Yeah.
Whether you're in
my first ever game at LSU was a rain delay.
I know. It just takes all the juice out, takes the momentum out. But no, I definitely I get where you're coming from. It's like we're already there. We got the uniform on.
Let it rip.
I got my eye black on. Like, you know what? Let's just play it. Let's go. But when you think about the logistics involved, if you get done at 2, if the final out is at 2 a.m., you are not getting to sleep until the sun's out the next day.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
There's just you got no shot at it. And to me, like, the mental gymnastics of that take precedent. Like, if I can, they call the game at what time they call the game? 10 o'clock? 10,
yeah, 10:15.
10:15-ish. Yeah.
Like, I'm sure at that they were kind of being told before that there's probably a lot of communication, like, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So, you know, Jay's probably doing this thing like, hey, stay ready, but, like, you know, it's not, things aren't looking great. You see that lightning above, you know? So they probably got them home immediately. Potentially, let's just say they could get to sleep by, like, midnight.
Yeah.
All right. So you get a good little 6 hours. You come back and you can just completely reboot back into your same pregame routine. And then, you know, to me, doubleheaders, like, that's baseball, right? Baseball, doubleheaders are a thing, right? So you stay there, you stay in the middle, like the game readiness, the game preparation, the game mindset all day. And if you have to play a doubleheader, I mean, adrenaline takes over at that point. You're playing an elimination game.
Yeah, as far as like nerves go, right? Like, you're not restarting from scratch either. You got 6 innings, you're spotted a 2-run lead.
Right.
Go out there, hold on to the lead, whatever you got to do. Like, I think that actually helps.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I do know that there's going to be, you know, some point of emphasis things for both head coaches to make sure their team's ready. And look, you can't chase ghosts. We always talk about that here. Don't do too much. But when it comes to mental games and being ready mentally, I'm going to bet on Jay Johnson every time.
Oh, yeah.
And both these coaches have won a national championship, so I'm not saying anything bad about
he's
their
not
staff.
a slouch. Yeah, he's not a slouch.
But like we saw like what Jay Johnson did with Bear Jones, and we saw the video, and he's sitting there, he's talking like through the whole situation, and you see him using his hands and talk about here and there. Like,
yep.
I told you this last week, man. I think it was either Mikey or Anthony because you were gone.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like the first time I met Jay Johnson when he was an assistant at the University of San Diego, I'm like, all right, who's that guy? That guy's mindset is pretty awesome there.
Yeah, that was the Mikey. It was the Mikey.
So I'm like, I'm going to count on him to mentally. Now, physically, that's got to take over once the first pitch resumes, but mentally, like Jay's going to have the team ready to go.
And can I tell, just let everybody be rest assured, all Tiger fans, we are way more worried about the situation than Jay and the team is. I can promise you that. We're going to overthink this.
Yeah.
But Jay's already played this situation out in his mind probably 10,000 times.
Yeah.
And these athletes, they're 18 to 22-year-old kids that don't care. They will go play in a parking lot if you ask them to. So, look, we're going to overanalyze it. We're going to think of what's the best, what, blah, blah, blah. We are going to be way more worried about it than the Tigers are.
All right, we are going to cold call Hunt Palmer when we come back. I don't know if he's
Will
still
he
in the chat. He better. It's a station number. You got to answer when work calls. So we'll call Hunt. He's boots on the ground in Omaha. Get his thoughts on maybe what the situation is going to be today, who he thinks is going to be on the mound once this game resumes in the top of the fourth inning. You're listening to the pregame show.
Let's go.
LSU-UCLA here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. They're on the website. You can see what they can do for you in the courtroom. You can see what they've already done in the courtroom. You can see what kind of cases they handle in the courtroom right there, all on the homepage. Again, getgordon.com. You can see what they're doing in your local community as well. They handle all major social media. And look, they got boots on the ground there in Omaha as well, is at Get Gordon. So many different ways to get in contact with them to see what they're doing throughout the state of Louisiana. And that is throughout the state, top to bottom, everywhere, east to west, everywhere in between. They are going to be in Louisiana. GetGordon.com.
Accidents happen, injuries happen, car accidents, truck accidents, workers' comp, wrongful death, whatever it is. Join the thousands of people that have been helped and served by Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. GetGordon.com. Get on the G Team, 225-888-8888.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in to the pregame show of LSU and UCLA. Not officially, but officially in our minds. That is what we're calling this show because that's what it is. The first pitch is going to be at 10 a.m., a little bit after 10 a.m., and so we cold called somebody that's in Omaha, somebody that probably has like 7 jobs today and didn't want to do an 8th, but here we are. Hunt, what's going on, sir? How we doing?
A little frustrated, but we're going to be all right.
All right, so just open floor here. Walk us through last night, what you would have liked to seen from, the NCAA, how you would have liked to have this handle, because it sounds like you're not very happy, Hunt.
I mean, I'm not mad at anybody specifically. It's just a very, very bad break for the baseball team. Like, I was wrapping up my show yesterday at 2:50, and somebody put in the YouTube chat, like, the forecast is terrible for tonight. And, like, that's the first time I considered the weather at all. And so I, put all my stuff up in the room and then got in the Uber to go across to the stadium and sat down in the radio booth and fired up 2 different weather apps. And I'm looking at this massive storm that is right north of us, just bearing down. And it was funny because Chris Flair, Bill Franquez, and I were all looking at 5 different weather apps, and like some of it said, "Yeah, this is going to be really bad," and some of it said, like, "Oh, it's just going to miss. It's going to go north."
Yeah.
And so you knew it was a possibility. And Ianson goes out there and gets knocked around a little bit in the first inning, but then kind of settled in, and he's 2 and 3, and that's the advantage you have on UCLA is you've got a guy here that's ready to eat up 5, 6, 7 innings. And doesn't get that chance. It's a bad break. We don't know what the weather's going to hold today, and it may end up working out in LSU's favor because Ianson's able to return more quickly later in the week, or whatever the case is. We don't know how the baseball is going to shake out. But LSU's big advantage on the field is these 2 pitchers, and you just had that compromised in a big way because he only goes 3 innings, and in a way that's like the worst possible outcome. Because like if he goes 1 inning and throws 9 pitches, like he can come back in like 2 days and crank it back up. If he goes 5 innings, well, at least you've eaten up half the game. Yeah. 3 is just like the worst. He can't bounce right back, and he hasn't really taken a big bite out of this game. So it's a tough break.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is. And, you throw a little bit over 40 pitches there, so maybe in a couple of days you come back. But right now you have to figure out who is going back on the mound to start the top of the 4th inning. We've been talking about it here. Obviously, you're dialed in. What would Hunt Palmer do? If Hunt Palmer was the manager, he's turning in the lineup card today when this game resumes. Who are you going with?
I've given it a lot of thought. Initially, right when they put the tarp on the field, my inclination was Kason Evans. He's your possibility to go 5 innings of great baseball, the best chance you got to win this game and move into a spot where somebody's got to come beat you twice by winning 3 games in a pretty short amount of time. And as I've thought about it a little bit more, I think that you've got a little bit of margin for error because you've got to win in your back pocket. You haven't lost a game, and you've got a 2-run lead. UCLA's got 6 left-handers in the lineup. Zach Ianson, I think it might not be the worst idea to put Cooper Williams out there and see what he's got. And if they hit 2 doubles and he walks the guy, you can get somebody up and ready to go, and you're still right there in the ball game. So I feel like Cooper Williams has got a good chance to throw strikes. I don't think it's going to be some monster environment this morning that he can't handle. I don't think it's going to be a packed house at all at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. And UCLA is not a terrifying lineup. So I would probably go with Cooper Williams and hope that you get something similar to his last time out where he goes 3 or 4 innings. And if your offense packs on 3 or 4 runs and all of a sudden you're up 5 or 6 late in the game, maybe you can get home with Myers and Rizzi and you save Case and Evans for a big game. I think I think you're in a position right now where you can be a little bit, you want to call that aggressive by not sending Evans out there, whatever the word would be for that. But that's probably where I am right now. But I'm not real sure what Jay's going to do.
I want to know how it felt in the stadium, because I can tell you, watching it on TV in my living room, like the amount of relief that I felt when Bear Jones walked up in the first inning and hit the ball, solid contact over the fence, kind of strutted off the batter's box. Like, did you also feel it in the stadium? Because it looked like watching on TV, because they kept showing his parents a lot of it. Did it look like there was just this huge amount of relief that would just lift it off the team or the crowd or anything like? How did it feel when he got up there with his struggles and swung the bat like that?
Yeah, a lot of layers to that. I mean, everybody kind of saw that he'd put in extra work on Sunday afternoon after practice after the whole team had gone, and everybody knew that he went over 5 strikeouts, and it was a hot topic. But he's still a really good hitter and a really strong hitter. And I'll be honest, like when he hit the ball, my eyes did not stay on him. I watched the ball go, and I'm programmed now, having seen enough baseball in that stadium, when the ball gets up in the air towards right field, my expectations are very low. Like, I'm not thinking anybody's going to get the ball out of the ballpark there. I know how strong he is. I assumed it would be caught probably short of the track. And the right fielder kept going back and kept going back and kept going back, and then jumped up and it tipped off his glove and went over. And I was pleasantly stunned when that happened. Watching it on the television highlight after it had done, like, you see he crushed that ball and then stood and watched it. He thought he got it. So my view from in the stadium was different than what you were looking at on TV. But, yeah, I mean, one, it's great for him to have had that big swing and kind of relieve a little pressure. But two, you were losing, and he put you ahead with one swing of bat, which is why he's in the lineup. So that was the biggest thing.
So we know UCLA, like getting back to today, we know that they are kind of a by-committee team just by nature, Hunt. So like this situation for them, and they have a very deep bullpen, it actually is not going to probably change a lot of what they would have done if this game was resumed last night, right?
Right. I mean, I don't know if they can go back to the lefty after he goes, a couple of outs there. Maybe he's available, a few hours later to come back and give you what he's got. But in the big picture, like, this doesn't affect UCLA at all. They've got like 7 guys who are just solid pitchers. Yep. None of them are stars. None of them are first-round picks, with the exception of maybe their closer is a freshman. Easton Hawk has got a good arm, but he only throws 1 inning at a time, period. Yep. So, like, they're not compromised in any way. They have a staff of what I would consider at this level, especially considering what you saw against Arkansas, of pretty mediocre dudes. And they're just going to keep rolling them out there, and LSU's got to keep scoring. LSU needs to score 8, 9, 10 runs in this game. That's just the way that I see it. If not, you're going to be playing with fire.
And don't hit it to shortstop, because, my God. I mean,
he's a player. Old Rock Chalowski, he can play. That was a huge strikeout that I haven't got of him, but he's been awesome.
Yeah, you better be a dude with your name being Rock, even though he spells it with an H. I don't care. Your name's Rock. He's legit. Like, everything you hear about him and you see, like, in the highlights, like, he put on display yesterday. Some of those plays that he was making, like, he is a dude.
Yeah, I mean, he actually has more time than he takes to get the ball over to first base. Like, the one that Hernandez hit, like, he had a long time, and he just got rid of it instantly and one-hopped it over there, and got Hernandez by 2.5 steps instead of the 1. But yeah, he's got good hands, good range, and he can hit plenty.
All right, Hunt. We appreciate answering the cold call. Just real quick, what do you expect maybe from the crowd? Like, LSU fans going to be right back in there today. Not even miss a beat. Like, I don't know. What's the buzz at 7:43 a.m. when you got a first pitch at 10 a.m.?
I saw a couple in the elevator on the way up last night when we got back to the hotel. I think right about 11, I guess. They said, yeah, they were headed right back out there. So there's a big local element to these crowds. Like, Omaha shows up for these games. And I don't know that that's going to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't there in a big way for the 1 o'clock game yesterday. So it's going to be, a 40% full stadium, I think, this morning. And that may be ambitious. The LSU fans that have paid to come up here are going to be there, but it's not the biggest LSU turnout you've ever seen. I think that changes if you win today and find a way to win tomorrow or whenever that game is played, because the weather forecast, by the way, for today is not good at all. So we'll see how much baseball they can get in. I think LSU and UCLA are okay for 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
After that, it's going to be a little dicey. But, yeah, I don't expect a monster crowd. I think the LSU crew, I think there's a big group that's waiting to come on Thursday or Friday if LSU can get to Saturday. But we'll see. That starts this morning.
And not to mention, right, I'm sure during a rain delay like that went that long, I'm sure the bars got packed again with LSU fans. So I'm sure it's going to be a pretty early morning for a lot of those, because I'm sure
they're all going to look like Varsity Blues after they saw Miss Davis perform.
Oh, yeah.
And they come out of said establishment and they're like, we got a game today. That's going to be the LSU crowd, Hunt.
Well, if we can get a win, I'll give it a 10.
Well done, sir. Well done, Hunt. We appreciate you answering, sir. Enjoy the game and enjoy the festivities.
I'll only enjoy it if they win, but we'll see. Thank you.
Oh, poor. Is Hunt back on the call? Like, is he on the call for the entire run?
I believe he is, yeah, because he did it Saturday and last night.
Yeah, I figured he was just going to – like, I didn't know if Buzzy and Doug had, like, something going on. I figured with Doug, some youth sporting event like I probably would have, so I didn't know. So shout out to Hunt, man. Got to be pretty cool for Hunt. Lifelong LSU baseball fan, works his way through the media, and now literally calling games on the network he grew up listening to in Omaha.
Absolutely crushing it. But enjoy yourself a little bit, even if it's a tight game, have some fun. He said, I'm only going to enjoy it if they win. So true, though.
It's very true for Hunt, for
so
sure.
True.
Very.
I mean, I get it, yeah. Enjoy the ride.
Inside the Bayou Ford chat, was that the sign to bunt you were giving there? No, I was trying to see if Flynn had another question. Did he want me to break? Was it his turn? Was it my turn? Was it a follow-up? There's a lot of hand signals right
Yeah, these are Radio Pro communication.
Yeah.
Y'all wouldn't understand.
He still learning them.
He
doesn't understand either, so don't feel bad. All right, we'll wrap up hour number 1 when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to PelicanRoof.com. PelicanRoof.com is the website for, you probably guessed it, Pelican Roofing. One of the things that we want to encourage you, like immediately once you go to the homepage, a couple things, but certainly first, go to financing. It's right there on the homepage. You click on that tab, and it is going to give you all the information. I mean, they've got some great deals going on right now, and I fully encourage you to check them out yourself. Again, on the homepage, financing, click on it. You'll be excited that you did. Also, the instant roof quote. You click on that on the homepage. You put in your address. That's at your home. That's at your business, wherever you're trying to get that new roof. And it's going to give you a quote based off the outline of your roof. It's an incredible technology they have over on the website. Again, PelicanRoof.com.
A lot of rain came through. Got a little leak in your roof. Calling for roof repairs or roof replacements, whatever it is. Like Jake said, check out their financing options. Over 500 5-star reviews. That's Pelican Roofing. PelicanRoof.com, 225-228-2865.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
You
gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
What's up? Fresh is our turn, baby. Gator boots with the Gucci suit, them Gucci suits. Ain't got no job, but I stay shy. I stay shy. Can't pay my rent. I can't pay my money.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
We'll let this one breathe for a little bit.
Absolutely. This is a better pregame than we would be talking.
It's the best pregame show out there, Bo. Find another one that's better.
Maybe.
Can't find it.
Nationally syndicated. Coming for you, McElroy.
We're going to do OTB mailbag at 8 a.m. So go ahead and get those inside the Bayou Forward chat, hashtag OTB mailbag. We'll answer any of your questions that you have in there. But if you saw last night, Flynn and I are, we're big dummies. And we got a new hobby.
Idiot.
We're into cards now. And I say it's Flynn's fault. He got me into it. And so now we're into it. And since we are off the bench, we're OTB.
We don't really know what we're doing either.
We are flying by the seat of our pants. Anthony, if you're listening, call your boys. So we're doing this. We got a new social media page, Off the Break LA. It's for Louisiana, not Lower Alabama or Los Angeles. At Off the Break LA on Instagram, on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. We got a logo and everything. We're soon going to do.
Did you make that yourself? Like you drew it with your hand?
I drew it by hand. Colored it with colored pencils as well. We're going to soon do breaks and stuff, but we got some stuff up there right now.
We don't really know what we're going to do.
We don't really know, but we're doing it.
But we're doing it.
That's all that matters. You're doing it.
So, like, for the first day, we put up cards of only players that had a Louisiana tie.
Yeah.
So they had to be from Louisiana, play for LSU, play for the Saints, something like that. But you can find the link. It is right there on at Off the Break LA, and check out the cards, and more to come.
Oh. We even brought some cards in today.
We even brought some.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at these.
Have you ever heard of this guy?
Oh, man.
This guy's name is Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. And that thing's holographic, it looked like.
He plays quarterback in the National Football League.
See, is he any good?
Look at that.
You
Only
were
25 of these bad boys made.
So you're so on brand.
Graded at 10.
Because you did such a nice job. You brought in like an LSU hero.
Yep.
I stayed true, and I just brought in Ladarius McConkey. Right?
Ladarius.
Got like some Ladarius McConkeys out of 99. Both these, I believe.
Or one of those for Matt.
Hey, how about this, though? The real Tyler Rose, Earl Campbell, out of 14 only.
That's a legit card.
Tyler Rose, Earl Campbell. So, yeah, we're idiots. We are fully in this deal.
Yep.
Like
There's
I
one
said,
more for you, Tiger fans. Malik Neighbors.
Ooh-wee.
Check that out.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, but do you have Warren Moon, Houston Oiler, autographed out of 99, only 99 of those puppies. So yeah, again, we are going to have a lot of fun with it. All jokes aside, Anthony is probably going to do something with us. We've talked about it. Looking forward to it.
You said it publicly.
I mean, he's down. He said twice. I asked, and then I double confirmed him as well when he came on because you weren't here.
We're in the hobby game.
So again, just go check it out online. X at Off the Break LA. Same thing on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, and if you're into cards, like, let us know. What do you want us to do?
Yeah, let us know what you want to see, what you want to do, or if you're into cards, maybe some of your best pulls.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Color pencils is a big step up from the crayons most fullbacks use. It's a great point. It's a great point.
They eat a lot of crayons, fullbacks.
That happens as well. We do a lot of curls.
What color is the best?
Orange.
Orange?
Yeah.
Huh.
Obvious reasons.
Wait, there's obvious reasons?
It's a fruit, orange.
All right.
Yeah, you're the quarterback.
Well, they have like cherry
Are you sure
red,
that you're okay?
I mean, have you ever seen all the...
It's not called cherry, it's called red.
Yeah, but they have cherry
Orange
red,
is
like
called
the extended
orange.
pack.
Orange is called
the
orange.
extended pack of crayons. I believe there's a cherry red.
Well, can't hide money. We didn't get the extended pack in the Hester
Had a
household.
little,
We got
had a little
the
crayon
base.
sharpener on the back.
We got the base. Oh, yeah. You can't hide it. Must be nice. We'll be back. OTB Mailbag, hour number 2.
Off the bench.
Start living life to the fullest. Join all of our patients who have transformed their smile in just one day at the Fusion Implant Center. Hi, this is Dr. Leo Reagan.
And I'm Dr. Michael Casadaband. Dentists from all over Louisiana are referring their patients to the Fusion Implant Center.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
If you want to keep local news and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Tuesday, June 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 86. An hour two of today's show. We'll have OTB mailbag at 8 a.m. and we'll continue to break down LSU versus UCLA in the College World Series. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All right, welcome back in to the unofficial pregame show of LSU and UCLA.
You know what really pissed me off?
Those stairs we just did in between the segment.
Well, that really didn't, like the amount of pain my Achilles gave me. But no, what pissed me off about the rain delay?
Oh, I thought you were going to say that the producers didn't also join us in the stairs because this is supposed to be a foxhole situation.
Hey, brother. Hey, I don't know about hitting them stairs. Maybe I could have dropped down, hit 10 push-ups with you.
That's 20.
Stairs.
We do 25.
Oh, 20. Ooh, all right, well, look.
10? What are you?
Yeah.
Like 8?
Well, hey. No. So I can't believe y'all like doing stairs because that used to be the worst thing I hated doing.
I mean, nobody said we sat here and liked them.
I'm about to say, bro, stairs was the worst. When I play high school football, I didn't play college ball like y'all. I ain't Captain Meathead. I wish I was, but stairs was brutal. Like especially when you get that first rep and now it's all hot and steamy in there. You can't even breathe. People falling down the stairs. We running up. Like, oh, terrible. Indian runs too. I hated Indian runs.
It's usually going down that's the worst.
Yeah, down's bad on the knees.
Yeah.
I'm bad. Like your quads are already shaky.
Yeah.
Now you got to keep yourself up.
We ran Tiger Stadium a couple of times. It wasn't something we specialized in.
We did it more probably the year before you got there because our main facility was at the stadium.
Yeah.
Your first year we
were still in Tiger Stadium.
Were we really?
That was our sophomore year that we moved over across the Ponderosa. Yeah, so we remember we took the old prison buses.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, Bo Davis was the bus driver, and now Saints defensive line coach.
I just can't remember if
he hit every single curb from the stadium to the practice field.
Oh, well, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, he didn't miss any of them.
They've cleaned that up, but yeah, those are the white buses.
Ooh, those are definitely prison buses.
They were prison buses
those
for
are definitely
sure.
Prison buses.
God, I remember just sitting there, and I'm young, I'm a freshman, and just like when I would see the veterans in their face and how miserable they looked about what was about to go down, I'm like,
I'm pretty sure, this is during August heat too in the morning. I'm pretty sure Bo Davis would go down and close all the windows and the door to get it as steamy as possible as he could. Because the first thing we would do when we got in there, we'd like immediately, it was the old school bus, like, you had to pinch the sides of the top and then like pull it down.
And then you and we used to walk back every practice to the stadium because we didn't want to get back on those buses.
It was like the whole thing of old school training camp was just to mind F you.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
How much can I put on your plate?
Yep.
And how much can you handle?
I'm going to break you.
Yeah. I'm going to try to break you. You're not always going to get it done, but I'm going to try. And the ones that can't handle it are not going to be here very long.
And that's the point, right? That's the old, they don't do it as much anymore, try to weed out the weak, but that's what it was.
They can't anymore because guys will just take their bag and go home.
Just leave. Yeah.
But looking back at it, ooh.
Hardest thing you ever had to do at LSU, conditioning wise, like all season workout, because sneaky one was the ramps of Tiger Stadium. That was a sneaky one.
Yeah.
Wasn't the hardest, but it was sneaky.
It was sneaky hard. The hardest thing, so the first fourth quarter we had, that's got to be up there. It's got to be like top 2 or 3 moments. Now, I'm pretty sure I only did it one year, like the full-blown with Moffitt running around and Saban running around yelling.
Trash
so the
cans.
fourth quarter, and that was
You had the trash
so they
cans
would
down
put
the middle of the field.
Yeah, they would put trash cans in the middle of the field. They'd put them all over the sidelines, and those were there for your throw up because when you got so tired. Yeah, we had to do some just crazy. I can't really explain to you the workout. It's been a long time, but we ran a lot of curves. We ran a lot of 110s and gassers and things, but it was there to make you break. And I would say there was probably each day was probably 20 to 30% people puking, probably.
Good number.
On top of that, it was the 110s always kind of got the headlines for like the hard thing. That's the conditioning test, and sometimes you'd have to run. The conditioning test was 16 110s, but sometimes during the workout, depending on if somebody was coasting through the line or false started or whatever, you have to run an extra.
Remember though, when we first got here, we started at 26 and worked our way down every
That's right.
week.
The first week was 26 and 24, but also the rest time also went down with that. 'Cause it started at like a minute rest and you go to 55 to 50.
Yeah,
and all it built you to the conditioning test, which everybody had to pass, which was 16 110s with 45 seconds rest, and depending on what position group you're in, you had to run each one in a certain amount of time. It was 15 seconds, 16 seconds, then 18 for the lineman.
18 for the lineman, yeah. And when I tell you, and he might be listening, he might be back in town. When I tell you that Moffitt knew that us two had figured the system out and he hated it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And I mean this, if there was a Hall of Fame of 110s, us two are captains.
Your boys were on it.
We had it down to an exact science where we finished the finish line at 15 every single time. And if you had a stop
15.99.
If you had a stopwatch, it would have been the same time on every single race.
Yeah, so we had to be under 16 seconds.
Oh, you cut it close
because we were mid-skill.
Yeah.
And if you had a
but
stopwatch,
we had it though.
We were coming in that finish line between 15.75 and 15.95 like every rep.
So
and we would we'd switch out. So like Flynn would start the pace.
Yeah.
And so we'd be talking through it like sprint, coast, glide. Like we knew there was a 3-step process.
Yeah. And you couldn't do that during the workout because it was a big like finish through the line. You couldn't be slowing down at the line. But when you were actually on the clock, you would hand behind the line and you'd go and we would it wasn't like a full-blown sprint, but it was like 90%, 90 to 95% to our own 40, 45-yard line, and about 30 yards of slowing down. And then the last 10 yards was basically like walking and timing it up to where the guy, the strength coach with the clock was about to say 16.
Yeah.
And then we would finish.
And again, like, Moffitt's our boy, but he knew, and he didn't like it very much.
And it was usually at 4 p.m.
It was a 4 p.m. workout class. He was already pissed that we weren't there at 6 a.m.
4 p.m., man.
Look.
In the middle.
Yeah, if you can do it then, you can do it anytime. Anybody can do it at 6 a.m.
It's either 7 a.m. or 4. Who gets up and does stuff at 7 a.m.?
I would much rather the 4 p.m.
Yeah, 4 p.m.
Even if it's a little hotter, I'd rather the 4 p.m.
A
little hotter.
So
it's sizzling outside.
And look, we're gonna get to mailbag at some point, but I've told this story on air before, but we always have new listeners. There was never a more miserable day than when Jimbo Fisher and Bo Pelini got in a pissing contest, and we were running perfect 40s after practice, and perfect 40s for less, like they had to be, a certain order. Like the 3 guys in line had to be like football ready stance, like, hands,
line, hand down,
knee, like everything like had to be in position. The guy that was running had to be hand behind the line, perfect position as well, whatever. Yeah. Perfect. That's why they're called perfect 40s.
And this is after practice.
It's after a training camp.
Like a training camp, ass kicking.
True two-a-days.
Yeah.
The first practice.
Yeah, so and everybody in line had to, so what was it? Was it like ready? What was I can't remember what they said.
like that, yeah.
But everybody had to break down like in line with their knees bent and like their hands to the side, like in a football ready position.
Ready?
Yeah.
It had everything had to be perfect. But like, look, we had figured it out. We've been doing it all off season, whatever. And so, we just had a full padded training camp, get after your ass practice. And so we're running these 40s, and I don't remember, maybe you do, I don't remember which coach called out his star player on the other side first.
So let's set this a little bit more of the stage here. Everybody has a line. This is our like stretch lines from pre-practice. So you got your quarterbacks in a group, you got your receivers, your running backs, offensive line on one side of the field. Then it's all the defensive people, and it's the defensive line, defensive ends, linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties, all in their own individual lines. And that individual coach is running each line. So like Jimbo would run our line.
Yeah.
So he was the quarterback.
Larry Porter would run our line.
Exactly. Stacey Searles or Stud would run the offensive lines. Yeah. Y'all get it. So they would be the judge of each line.
Yeah. Of their group. Their guys.
I see what's going on. I see what it's been.
Well, I don't remember if it was.
I believe it was Bo.
Okay, so Bo called out. Was it early?
I think it was, yeah.
So Bo Pelini called out early Doucette.
The receiver.
And when we say calling out, they were like, early Doucette didn't finish through the line.
Yeah. Or early Doucette hand wasn't behind the line or whatever it was. He called it out, right? And that never happened. Like defensive guys never called out offense. Offense never called out defense. And so when Bo Pelini called out early,
stepped across the line.
Oh, Jimbo Fisher. Oh, Jimbo was ready. Oh, really? You're gonna okay? So the next one, Jimbo Fisher. Glenn Dorsey didn't finish. And we're like, what? Like, what? So they don't count. Yeah. And you got to get get perfect 40s, full speed, 10, full pads. Everybody, every swinging soul in there.
And we're exhausted, right? But our wheels are starting to turn. Like we know what just happened there.
Yeah.
And we've been around these coaches long enough to realize this ain't going anywhere fast.
No, nobody's going to back down.
Nobody's backing down.
Oh, my God. And then it turned into Hester, didn't finish. Craig Stelz, false start.
Yeah.
I mean,
Glenn,
calling out
loafing.
Calling out I'm talking about
puking.
every big name player that you can think of.
Yeah.
Richard Dixon, false start.
Oh,
this went on and on.
How many
and
did y'all run?
And then Jimbo and Bo are just yapping at each other. I mean, just getting after each other. And like every starter that you can think of on a national championship team.
Craig Stelz, who never loafed in his life.
Craig Stelz could run from here to Bruley and back and be full speed and never even breathe hard. But he got called out for not finishing, right?
Yeah. There's no way.
So like it became a thing, and Les should have stopped it. He should have stepped in, and he did eventually.
He did.
He did eventually because, he's like, all right, I know what's going on here. I let it go for a little bit. Yeah. He did stop it. But, man, how many did we run? 30-something of these perfect 40. Full speed, after practice, full speed.
Middle August.
So, I mean, we're like it might have been like high 20s, but it felt like 30. It got so bad. So many people, like IVs, passing out, cold tub, immediately, like just jumping in with everything on. It got so bad that Jimbo and Bo had to get in front of the team and apologize to the team at team meeting that night.
Hell yeah!
All right, it was hard. Like Les saw it eventually. He knew what was happening, but it's like
he did. But he was gonna let it ride for a little bit because he was like, "I'm getting extra work out of these guys."
And like, look, Jimbo and Bo, like when they get mad,
we're talking about West Virginia and Youngstown, Ohio. Two places like with a lot of grit that aren't going to back down.
And like, look, some people get mad and you're like, all right, dude. Like, all right, well, you look like a clown or whatever. Those people get mad. They're scary.
Yeah.
They are terrifying.
Yeah.
So
for how like small Bo Pelini is, very skinny guy, not when he gets that look.
Oh, yeah. Like for a second there, if Miles, it would be like Miles like getting in between like two pit bulls fighting at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
so is this around the same time you guys were at LSU with that Will Muschamp video and like Nick Saban? They was like killing some guy.
That was after. That was 2 years after that.
Okay.
Now we had our time with those coaches.
So I'm like, how was that dynamic? Because outside looking at it, looks crazy.
I loved it. That's what I respond to.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like Taylor, you can pull that up if you want to. What Jordan's talking about. So for me, okay, that's what I respond to. Everybody takes coaching differently.
Yes.
There's some people, and EJ and I talk about this all the time on off campus. Like for EJ, he needed an attaboy. He'll tell you, I needed an attaboy. I needed to be
reassured.
Reassured that, hey, you're doing a great. I wanted the coach to tell me how bad I was. Like, I wanted him to be and Jimbo was really good about this, coming back behind and be like, now, you know I had to do that, huh?
I had to get on
you know I had to get on you a little bit. You know I love you, right?
Yeah.
I needed it where I felt like I was never safe.
Yeah.
I always had to go out there. I always had to prove something.
That's the beauty of a good coach versus a great coach. Like, you have to push a player to their limits. You have to push them farther than they ever thought they could go mentally or physically. Yeah. But you also need to know that everybody's an individual as well. Like, you couldn't coach like Jimbo. You couldn't coach like Rohan like you could Marcus.
No. And just like you couldn't coach Jamarcus like you coached you. I mean, true. So
I could have used a couple more attaboys for sure.
Right, and that's your coach, which is fine. It's completely fine. Like I had some running backs.
That was like every day at practice.
That
like
was every day. I'm like, Will, I just moved to safety. I've never played this position in my life. I'm a freshman.
Just did not care.
That.
Coach,
and I love
put me a personal protector on punt.
You were a personal protector on punt.
Because you're gonna be there in an actual game.
Yeah, I think they wanted me back there because they knew I was like physically just more dominant than most people.
Which player do you think got more of those? Was it Lionel?
Defense?
He got some.
Lionel, he got a lot.
Got some, man. God, Lionel's such a good dude. Why are you yelling at him like that?
Karan Gordon.
Yeah, Karan Gordon got a lot of those.
But it was usually younger guys that were getting it. I mean, they always are out there to prove a point to the freshies.
Yeah. I'll think of a better answer because I know there's somebody better that we're missing. I'm trying to think, like, Saban's guys were Corey Webster, Marcus Spears, and Jesse Daniels when I was here with them. Like, those three guys were safe. They were safe. He loved them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the linebacker core at that time, besides Lionel.
To your point, like, a lot of people that got those weren't names that everybody would know.
EJ Qualley.
EJ Qualley got some.
I don't know who that guy is.
Do you remember the time he met Maxwell? We're playing against Mississippi State.
Got
Jefferson Pilot game. We're up by 1,000 against Mississippi State, and Maxwell blocked somebody in the back on punt return or something, and Saban meets him at the hash.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Grabs the face mask,
yeah.
whispers sweet nothings to him, and just ripped him. I actually have somebody sent that to me.
I will say special teams caught a lot of that.
Yeah.
Just because
Cam Vaughn caught a lot of strays. I'm like, Cam's like the nicest human as well. Like, what are we doing?
Well, like special teams, you're just so susceptible to silly penalties. Like you see, I mean, even in the NFL, how many blocks in the backs you see every week?
A couple.
It's nauseating.
Man, it reminds me of just this year when Brian Kelly was getting on the snapper, like the long snapper just kept messing up. He's like, you gotta get the bleeping snap together.
Yeah, no doubt. And people were like, oh my gosh, what is going on?
Oh, Chris Hilton, Chris Hilton.
Yeah,
jumping,
go do that. Coach. What are we doing? Yes.
Yeah.
He's the coach. You messed up. He's going to get into you a little bit.
Yeah, and he's like trying to walk away from it and all that.
Oh, if you'd have walked, oof.
It's coach's job. Push people further than they thought they could go.
Yes, sir. Amen. Amen to that, actually.
All right. Don't know what that was.
It was baseball talk. Hey, I know. When we get back.
Hold on. I had another point. I'll eventually, at some point, I'll find my way. I'll circle back to the point I was going to make there at the end. But we do have OTB mailbag. I promise.
And I led this segment off by saying the one thing that actually pissed me off about the rain delay. We'll get to that next.
No, it's OTB mailbag when we come back.
Well, then after that.
Okay, fair enough. That.
Off the bench.
Go to Boudreaux's Electrical. I'm going to think of that point I had. It was so good. It was right there on the tip of my tongue. Sure Boudreaux'Electrical.com is the website. Sign up for that free Generac quote right there, top right corner of the website. There is no bigger peace of mind than when you have a whole home generator from Boudreaux's, all right? So storm season, we all know the deal. Like, we know it's going to happen. It's just when is it going to happen? Exactly. When is it going to happen? Well, eventually it's inevitable. We all know that, okay? But if you have that whole home generator, you know that as soon as it does happen, you're not even going to notice. Immediately, you're going to have full power in your home, AC, fridge, lights, TV, watching the game, the whole deal, right? Go to BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Sportsman's Paradise. Everybody's got some fish in the freezer, got some back straps, got some venison sausage. We all got it. We're proud of it. We want to keep it. Get you a generator to help keep that freezer on during hurricane season. BoudreauxElectrical.com, 225-300-9389.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 7.
Play that song, I say, hey DJ, won't you play that song? I say, hey DJ, won't you play that song? I say, hey DJ, won't you play that song?
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Baseball. Nope. OTB mailbag.
Let's go.
That's right.
Special delivery! I have this special delivery for Off the Bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
Let the record show, I just got the hand from Jacob when I try to talk about baseball. Sorry,
Big
guys.
hand. OTB mailbag. Are y'all working out between breaks? Yes.
Yes, they are. They are.
25 push-ups, some flutter kicks here and there, some stairs here and there. It's not completely new.
It's all about the gains, guys. All about the gains.
T-Bob and I did this. There was like a summer that we did it for like a month straight and didn't miss a set and feel pretty good about ourselves during that month. Usually at media days, because they're so long.
Yeah.
Like, we're back in a different room for Sirius XM, and so it's like, got to get the blood flowing. Got to get the juice.
The triangle table makes it hard. But we get it in.
Get it in.
Triangle table.
I got to do push-ups at an angle here.
OTB mailbag. What
45
should I
degree.
do with my 1990 to 91 unopened wax boxes? Open, save, or sell?
I don't think those are worth a lot. Don't take it from me, though. We don't know a lot.
Matt Flynn says open.
Well, it's like the card game is so weird because, like, you'll get this, like, badass, Burrow or Mahomes. It'll be an okay card. And then you'll get, like, a Roma Dunze. And everybody's like, oh, my God, you got a Roma Dunze.
Are you kidding
It's
me?
all about rookies.
Yeah.
Certainly, like, this rookie quarterback class that, not this last one with Cam Wharton, but the one before with JD5.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it gets bananas.
Right. I mean, and what I'm learning is, for sure, it's going to depend a lot on this year, too, how all these quarterbacks progress or don't progress, because, like, an unopened case of this past year, football cards is crazy expensive, but an unopened case from, like, the Matt Jones year is really cheap.
Yeah.
But it was probably
at the
pretty
time,
expensive after his first year.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's
So,
just like
you know?
any investment, man. You get some of these players, you try to decide when you sell, when you hold on to them, what I want to keep for my personal collection, and a lot of it is how does the player progress on the field. Like we were talking before, like him and I both got some Michael Penix that right now you can get something for him for sure, but if he goes out there has a big year.
I'm going long-term investment on him, and I got some Spencer Rattlers.
Yeah, same.
Some cool cards.
Yeah. So just like anything. Hashtag OTB mailbag. Thoughts on T-Bob wearing a jersey of some random LA MLS player from the 90s, 2000s instead of repping Louisiana for his first Jersey Day last week? Hashtag sellout.
Not surprised.
I saw him with a Galaxy jersey on. I'm proud of him for wearing a soccer kit. Proud of him for that. But
A what?
A kit.
A uniform,
I don't know
you
where
mean?
he got it from.
Jersey?
And I know for a
What about his
fact
boots?
I got him
His boots, yeah.
an authentic Nolan Kane
really?
baseball jersey that he wears pretty often. I'm surprised he didn't wear that.
Yeah,
because I went over to the facility. I'm like, hey, I need a 2X. They're like, all right, let me dig. They found one. It was Nolan Kane's old jersey.
We went to took the family yesterday, just kind of walk around the new Dick's in the mall.
Huge.
It's huge. It's crazy, right? But I was down there. And I was like, man, I need to get me one of these LSU baseball jerseys now because I'm a huge baseball head. Is that what they call fans? Baseball heads?
Stitch head.
We'll start it. You'll be the first.
Stitch head.
Stitch head?
Yeah.
That sounds aggressive.
That's what it is.
Here, I got one. OTB mailbag. Found a box of My High single serves in my pantry. Expired in March of 2023. Does it go bad or can I use it? I legally cannot tell you to use it.
Yeah, just bring it to me. I'll take them.
DrinkMyHigh.com.
I'd probably give it a shot, though.
Give it the old college try. Hashtag OTB mailbag. Who has the most expensive card? Not in your collection, your actual card. Probably about the same. You and I have looked at our card, like our actual cards. We've looked at them. I recently bought up a bunch of numbered cards to give to my children. I'm going to get them graded, put them in a case, the whole deal, just in case they want to have them to pass down to their children. I had a family friend growing up. His granddad played for the Lions, and they had his card in the office, and I just thought that was the coolest thing that his granddad's card was in the office.
Yeah, I think, so for your 40th birthday, I got you a PSA graded 9 rookie card out of 20, 25. It's out of
Something
a low
like
number.
that. Yeah, it's a very low number.
I'd like to maybe credit that part to getting you into this card game.
Yeah.
But no, my son got me into it, and it's like he thought it was the coolest thing looking at cards of mine.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was cool because like I'd seen 1,000 like people, I'd signed a ton of them, right? And you see all these, and what I've learned, I've been signing like the base cards. I didn't know there were other cool looking cards, but I still haven't found like a jersey number match card.
Yeah.
Or like I'd love to find like a 101. Can't find it. I mean, who knows? Someone probably mailed it to me like to sign, and I probably threw it away or something. Who knows?
I don't know.
What do you still get like random mail?
Oh yeah.
My question is how do they get my home address?
It's very easy.
Public
Google
information.
like that.
I don't sign it. If it comes to my home address, I'm not doing it.
Oh,
you know why? Because like I'm just confirming that that's my home address
True.
at that point. And I'm like, I don't want these.
I'm like 50-50. Like when it comes in, like I'm like, man, I do read the letters, and if it's like a kid wrote this, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, but a lot. So what I learned playing was a lot of times people get their kids to write things or
maybe
get them
so.
to come out. But respect to the game. But from the home address standpoint, I also feel like there's a message board out there. They're like, yep, it's his. It's confirmed. Got it back. That's definitely his home address. I don't want that.
Oh, you shouldn't, bro.
I don't want that evil on me. A lot of evil out there, people.
I said these are real world problems that I just cannot relate to. Random people mailing me stuff is my real world problem at the moment is all these spam numbers that keep calling me and all these spam.
That's a big problem.
I don't know what is going on.
What list are we all on?
Dude, I pay like this service like $30 a month to like try to get rid of it, and it's been better.
Yeah,
but still some.
Yeah, Lacey
through.
did that today. She signed us up for some service. But like what? Like everybody. There's not one person I've talked to that isn't getting the crazy spam.
And mine's always for the same thing. It's like different numbers across the country for like a $75,000 loan.
Yeah. Oh, you got a prepaid. Get this. You got approved for this bezel or something.
Mine's always
like
the same number.
Oh, how about the random spam text messages that are completely just there to get you like in trouble in your life?
Yeah.
Like I got one the other day from an unknown number, and underneath it says report junk. It's like, I got the steaks on the grill. Make sure you pick up the wine.
Whoa.
And I'm like, what?
Well, I never got those. That's a little.
That's actually a good text though, because they
Yeah.
tell you where they are. Show up, get some steaks, man.
Yeah, some wine.
That's a good point. I didn't think of
Say
that.
it. That sounded more like an invite than a bad text.
Yeah, for real.
I know, but it's
Hashtag OTB mailbag, favorite sports drink brand and flavor.
Well, hold on. Let's let these guys answer first.
Would that fall into my high? Or we were like outside of my high?
No.
Okay.
What? Because they're all trash.
Okay, well, as somebody that just tried My High for the first time when you wasn't here on Friday, and I was like, I came in here, I was like, oh man, I'm excited, Matt.
yeah.
When's gonna be here? Was not here. I will say this, I'm a little addicted to them because then I went on Amazon. I'm like, you know what? I like this little blue flavor, man. Taylor put me on. Like, these are really good. I was drinking them. I look on Amazon, they're $50 for a whole pack, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I got that in me, dog. I don't know if I got that in me, dog.
Wow. Some of us.
There's 50 in them. It's $1 a pack.
Some of us buy my high at the grocery store like a good friend. That's me.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So for your normal flavors like you have out all the time, I like fruit punch. Like I basically like fruit punch anything. You gave us one when you were in here. I've never bought it in store. It was like a greenish blue.
Ooh, the island.
The island one. Yep. That was probably the best one I've tried.
That one's legit. You ever had a ocean water slush from Sonic?
Yeah.
That's what it tastes like.
That's fantastic.
They're still $50 on Amazon.
Drinkmyhigh.com
for 50.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. What is the most expensive bottle of alcohol you have had or tried? Mine would be, we had some Pappy from Mark Stoops in Destin, Florida. It was me, Doring, our producer Hugh, and Alyssa Lang, and he appreciated us always giving Kentucky some love on our SEC radio
I just
channel.
realized what's going on.
And he bought us some nice alcohol, and we sat there and we talked ball with Mark Stoops for about an hour. It was a great night.
Is that called propaganda bribery?
No, he's just like, hey, a lot of people don't talk about, this is years ago, Kentucky football. You'll always, at least point out the things that we do really well, and we appreciate that. And he's like, cheers. And by far the most expensive alcohol I've ever had, because I'm not a big drinker. So
I've definitely tried some very expensive alcohol, but I'll say this. So I did like a Pappy deal one time. So, been around some fun groups. I'll say the most expensive alcohol I've ever purchased my own self was probably, I think I bought a $200 bottle of tequila one time.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, I mean, I haven't.
It was a splurge. It was a big splurge.
I've never done anything crazy. Like some Lambs is
No,
about as crazy as I get with Moan Wallet.
I mean, you go with some people. I mean, there's.
I know.
They can spend $4 or $5 grand on a bottle of wine.
Yeah, no thanks.
I'm about to say, I go buy me a $20 bottle of Jack Daniels. I'm good.
I am not.
I ain't that expensive.
Look, I am not picky when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
My bourbon or whiskey of choice. Everybody, all my close friends know this.
Yeah.
It's Kirkland brand Canadian whiskey.
Yeah, he loves it.
$19.99 for a handle.
Yeah, and some people will put their nose up to that.
Yep.
Matthew Moscona, when we had a companion show.
3 to 6. Crushed me for it.
Just
because there wasn't enough tannins or something in it.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. What OC had the craziest, most over-the-top play calls? For ones I played for, I had some great ones, starting with my father-in-law, Chris Tilley, shout out in high school.
Over the top, like probably wordy, lengthy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Peyton Manning. Was he the quarterback? Yes. Was he the offensive coordinator by actual title? No, but yes, he was. There was a lot.
It was a de facto OC. Kind of like when there's an OC when the head coach is the play caller.
Yeah,
it's like a de
Mike
facto.
McCoy was our OC, but
Peyton Manning was your OC.
Kind of the OC.
Yeah.
So for me, it was Josh McDaniels in New England, and I get it. I was there.
That,
I was there for a cup of coffee. But so when you install an offense, everything makes sense. The terminology makes sense. Everything, the formations are West, trip, treble, deuce, divide, double. It starts with a D, starts with a T, and everything just makes sense.
Right.
When you're but you bastardize that throughout the season. You throw in wrinkles, like you play the Jaguars, so you're going to throw in a Jaguar play. You throw the Panthers, you put in a Panther, whatever. You create plays, and then they work, so they stick, and they become part of the base offense. And over time, that offense doesn't make sense anymore, but everybody that's in it understands it.
Yeah. Wholeheartedly understands.
So I get there in 2015. Oh, well, Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels, they've been there for quite a while and had a lot of success. So nothing that they did made any sense. So learning it from scratch, especially when I had 4 other offenses already in my brain at that point from different places, it was the most confusing. It had made no sense. And it was the hardest time I had of all the places I was learning an offense, just because. And I'm sure, when I was in Green Bay, it was hard for people to learn that too,
right?
Because that playbook was bastardized to the point where
that's why we were a number system in San Diego. I know you hate that, but it was so easy because everybody understands the numbers, right? Because a number is a number. Now there were some things off of that, but it's now it's on the quarterback. Philip had a lot of heavy lifting he had to do because it's long. Yeah. Right. You got to give everybody their route. But that is one thing the number system can help you out with, is because you can come in and play pretty quickly.
But the thing that not being a number system does, having the lengthy stuff, is because you can come up with. So in New England, they had 3 ways to call a play. They had the full length way, which is you're in normal pace. We're getting in the huddle. Yeah. You had a medium range, we're going to do a muddle huddle. I'm going to shorten the play that might be 23 words long. We're going to shorten it to 8.
Right.
8 words.
Yeah.
So, and then everybody could memorize that. But then there was a cheetah rapid, go, go, go. Then it was 1 word.
I know.
And you can't really do that with the numbers. I guess you could
you
a little
could,
bit.
but it's a lot of memorization.
But that's what made it really tough as well, because you had to start with, you had to learn the long version, the medium version, and the 1 word version.
Yeah. And look, there's a lot of different ways. I know we got to take a break, but for Peyton's system, we had 1 through 15 was our NASCAR package, and any famous quarterback number that he said, that, he would just say that name, and that was the play. You had to memorize all that. So he'd say moon, moon, moon. That was 1 for Warren Moon.
Oh, you got an autograph, Warren Moon, right?
Right. Shout out. He would go 8 for Young. He'd be young, 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 young. I'm trying to think of another.
7 Elway.
No, because Elway was our boss play.
Flynn.
Because he was our boss.
Yeah.
So Elway was left.
Yeah.
Springsteen was right because Bruce Springsteen's the boss.
Taylor, what are you laughing at? You didn't have a Flynn play call?
Who was? I'm trying to think of some other numbers. Favre was 4.
Yeah.
Favre was 4. But it does get simplified. A power run, right? For Denver. Pendleton, military base, was power to the left. Bragg, a military base, had an R in it, was power to the right. So there is some simple things. Once you learn it, and once you get down to it, and you can get to the nitty gritty and kind of come up with those things, but getting there, our protections in Denver are sub protections.
Mm-hmm.
Slidell to the left, Rustin to the right. I'm I got that.
Wow.
I got that.
That's what always bothered me about people giving Tony Romo so much credit for guessing plays, because he would hear the quarterback. And
I do it all the time on TV.
Yeah.
I know.
You hear LA, LA, LA. All right, what's going left?
It's basic quarterback
You would
stuff.
go with stuff with R's or L's in it,
Yeah.
or you'd go left coast cities.
I know.
East Coast cities, West Coast cities, or you go politicians, left politicians,
Right
right politicians. You would go like all these different ways to create left and right, and you hear them, and you hear Clinton.
Oh,
yeah, it's going left, but
wait, Clinton was to the left, Reagan was to the right for us.
That's a double because you got the R and the L.
My son's like, we get it, Dad. He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, we get it. All right, we also got to take a break. We were long for
sports.
Said break. That was sports. More of that when we come back. OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. If you've got a summer vacation coming up, if you have a summer World Series to go to, be it at the youth level or the Omaha level, they have got you covered in the rental department. Everything is available. When I say everything, I don't mean like every category. I mean, literally every vehicle is available. Multiple trucks, multiple vans, multiple hybrids, sedans, whatever. It is available just like it is when you're buying new, when you are leasing, when you are renting. That is the great part about All Star Toyota. They're always going to have every vehicle available. allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Check their website out. Go see what your car is worth right now. See what that trade-in value is. It might be better than you think. Go in there, see what they have in stock with new cars. See what they got on the lot right now. allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. That's 225-433-0105.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luva, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar, popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these. Then they better put my money in my hand.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Ever since I can remember, I've been working these. then they better put my money in my hand.
That one's not terrible. Block Rim to the Airwaves.
Oh, I thought you meant songs. Like, it's a great song. What do you mean? Yeah.
Welcome back to OTB.
There you go. Say now. Say, fella.
If you haven't heard, LSU plays UCLA. About 1 hour and, what is that, 19 minutes.
Yeah. But we'll get there. Don't worry. Shout out to Pat, who is listening to us and hits us up on social media. I actually just answered this, but I do want to add something to this. He said, we've always heard Manning yell out the famous Omaha plenty of times, but I'm pretty sure I've heard him call out Slidell. Can you confirm? If so, why Slidell? Actually just said that. So Slidell was our sub protection to the left because it has an L in it. All his pass protections were Louisiana cities because he's from Louisiana, so certainly helped me out. Rustin was to the right. The Omaha stuff is funny because I was there for that. And initially, Omaha was right now, next sound, snap the football. It was our hurry call, right? It was Omaha. Like next sound after that, Omaha was snap the ball. I don't care what I say. Well, obviously, famously, the microphones picked it up. And so then, oh my God, it became a deal. Like every week, Peyton would come in there. He's like, all right, this week Omaha is going to mean this, and we're going to use it as a dummy call, and they're going to think it's this. And like for the first 4 weeks, nobody figured that out, and people were jumping off sides every single time. And Peyton would get to a point where we were playing the Ravens in the regular season, and I swear to God, it's a true story. He would get in front of the team and he'd be like, all right, guys, so we played, Ray Lewis and Ed and them back in the early 2000s. That game was nationally televised. Those games have bigger microphones. They pick up more. So there's a lot of calls when I was in Indy that we still use today, and they probably got the calls off that broadcast. And so we're going to have to change up these calls because I went back and I watched that, and these calls were on that. And I'm like, whoa.
Right.
But, like, I appreciated it so much because that, like, he went and took the time, got the broadcast call, and they were still things that we used, like, to an extent. He's like, so for this week, this is what this is going to mean.
Hey, he's spot on though, because I've watched so much about how Ed Reed and Ray Lewis were just just the same way how quarterback is. They were the same way.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Ray Lewis when I say this. Like, Ray was a great player. He was very smart. Like, that was the thing that made it. Like, he makes some big hits every once in a while, but he was always in the right spot.
I know Ray's listening too.
Ed Reed was a problem.
Yeah.
Like, Ed Reed was just a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when I played against the Ravens in those days, like, you had to know where Ray Lewis and Terrell Suggs and Haloti Ngata, you had to know where they were. But Ed, you had to pray to Jesus before the play.
You had a lot more experience with Ed, but, I mean, I've heard the stories, right? But just to your point of, like, watch, so it was our third quarterback's job every week to break down the TV copy.
Yeah.
And make a list of all the words that we used that were caught on audio.
Yeah.
So we would go through those just like I did. We would go through all the things. This is what we said. This is what we're going to change. Blah blah blah. But we always had like a code word either said in the huddle or it started out by saying we would say cobra.
Yeah.
So cobra was a snake in the grass. Snake in the grass means this is a lie. Like this is it's a fake call.
So good.
So cobra, rocket left, rocket or whatever, rocket, laser, cobra. Then it got to the point where different ones. Different, Python, rattle, like different words were used to signify dummy. Then it got to just like hand motions because we would do. Aaron would come up to the line and he'd do this.
Yeah,
like this is
a snake.
Like a snakehead. So this is a cobra call. And so you're Ed Reed. So Brian Urlacher was our Ed Reed. Like that dude was an absolute problem. Everyone knows him as a big guy, hard-nosed dude.
So good. I played against him
towards the end
only
of his career, he wasn't the same like physical dude he had been early in his career, but arguably better because he was the guy that knew every call.
Yep.
He studied the calls, knew, we played him twice a year, and it was an absolute problem. And we always, Chicago was the classic. We're going to play Tampa 2.
Yep.
It's going to be a race. Sometimes we're going to play three buzz, whatever it is. We're going to play Tampa 2. We're going to do it really freaking good. And we're going to be this classic bend, don't break. You're going to get in the red zone because you're going to be able to run the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
I got Lance Briggs.
Yep.
I got Peanut Tillman. And then you have Brian Urlacher that plays the one probably.
They had a safety from ULM that was very underrated. Harris was his last name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but Urlacher was probably arguably the best Tampa 2 Mike linebacker of all time. And then, of course, they weren't the originator
I think
of
it was
that defense.
I'd put Urlacher and Derrick Brooks into that category, the only ones in the conversation.
Yeah, well, Derrick Brooks kind of like the originator of it,
right.
right? But they were so good. But we'd have these classic battles of Aaron Audible and Urlacher. They were just like changing the play back and forth, all within like the 19 seconds you're at the line of scrimmage. Dummy calls, blah 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 blah, and they were just talking trash to each other. You know, sometimes Aaron would win the mental battle, sometimes Brian would. Now we beat them every time, like on the score, like at the end of the game.
Right.
But it was, they were dudes, man.
Yep. Shout out to Chris Harris. We did have the name right. He is now the passing game coordinator for the New York Jets. So another coach on the field there for that Bears.
Hey, shout out to someone in the huddle. I can't remember who it was. Said they pulled a 13 of 20 Garrett Nussmeier card.
Oh. All right. Say Nuss.
Like that's a number. Jersey number match right there.
Ooh. I didn't even put that together. See, that's why you're
that's why
you're Mr. Miyagi right now.
I'm the card you've been doing this
You know
for
what I
3
mean?
months.
You know what I mean? Well, I've only been in it for a month.
I've been in that game longer than the radio game.
Pure professional.
Yeah, you showed up more days on that than the radio game. All right, close out hour number 2 when we come back on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, but not only in Central, in the greater Baton Rouge area, we are talking to you. They can come out. They can check out your space. And if you want to remodel, that's at your home, that's at your business, they come in and they can take care of that. Now, it can be something as easy as, hey, I want a new vanity, right? Or it can be, I need something completely brand new. Or if you've got a business and you want, like, say you have a building downtown, you've got the entire 7th floor. You got a lot of restrooms on that floor. That's not going to be too big for Central Plumbing. They can still come in and make sure that you get the facelift that you're looking for. Centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, Central Plumbing, 24/7 emergency service. So last night the game got called because of rain. Middle of a rainstorm, it doesn't matter. Central Plumbing will be there. Call them. If y'all have a problem, if you got a leak, if you got a clogged up toilet, whatever it is, Central Plumbing, 225-925-8552.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews.
Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Oh,
Jordan, we're good. We
plenty
know.
of time. A whole minute?
When story time happens, Les Miles clock management shows its ugly head.
This has been a good relief for everybody. I think everybody wanted a break from all the baseball talk. They wanted old
We'll get back into
war
it.
stories.
We it did get to story time, but look, it's half the reason why we're here. Another part of why we're here is to talk New Orleans Saints. Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football is going to join us in about 5 minutes from now. Saints just had a camp. Saints got questions. Does Nick have the answers?
Oh, yeah. All of them.
I was going to tease him and be like, stick around.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
They did sign a new running back. We'll ask him about that. We'll ask him, his initial thoughts on the quarterback battle. A lot of New Orleans Saints talk coming your way. And, of course, this is basically the official pregame show for LSU-UCLA. So we'll continue to get you to first pitch. All that coming your way. Hour number 3. Get your mind right. Get your juices flowing. More OTB.
Off the bench.
You know who doesn't have to get their mind right?
I know.
Because they stay ready so they don't have
K
to
to Z.
get ready. God, you really got to work on this timing. K to Z,
I thought I nailed
KTOZ.
it.
Nah, just a little bit longer.
I thought you were asking me.
I was, but I wanted you, once I finished.
These guys are legit.
K2ZBlinds.com is the website. Interior, outdoor living. They can truly do it all. The best part, all right? So you have them out to your home, and you kind of tell them, hey, here's what we're dealing with. Here's where we want some shade. I actually have to call Brandon because, our front door, it's a situation where we're trying to maybe – get something that has a little bit more privacy. Well, I don't really know what to get. They're, kind of certain size doors. I can't go to the store and buy that. I certainly can't install it myself, but Brandon and the team is going to come out and be like, oh, you need this. It's going to be installed in a week.
Yeah, give them a call. I live in kind of an old house, so monthly bills are a huge thing for me. They can help you save on your monthly bill. Protect your house, protect your wallet. 225-791-1220. K2ZBlinds.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute.
Good morning. It's a 9 a.m. here on Tuesday, June 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 86. In hour 3 of today's show, Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football hops on to talk some New Orleans Saints, and we'll continue our pregame coverage of LSU versus UCLA. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. And watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. It is Tuesday morning. It is 9 a.m., so you know what that means. It is time now for our guy, Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football. Nick, what is up, sir?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Doing fantastic. Basically just like leading into LSU baseball, so that never gets to happen here for the morning show. So we talked a lot of baseball in hour number 1, told some old war stories in hour number 2, and now excited to talk some New Orleans Saints with you because we just had a camp. And so I know that, you got a lot of observations with the Saints. And so before we get into the nitty-gritty, maybe some of your biggest takeaways from said camp.
I don't think they're going to have the worst quarterback in the league. So
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Go Saints. All right. There we go, boys. Let's go, baby. All right. Like it.
That's it. Interview over.
That's it. Drop it. Drop the mic.
I don't know what that means. I don't know where it goes from here. But, there feels like there's a baseline level of confidence here that it's going to be, above, maybe the Will Levis line. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's a starting point. I like how Chuck's improving. It seems like he does get better, every practice. Every time we go out there, it seems like there's some improvement. And the fact that they're kind of running neck and neck right now, I like that because it makes me believe that maybe by the end of preseason game week 1 that, Chuck maybe starts to create a little bit of separation if he's improving the way he is. But look, Rattler's a young guy too, and he's actually younger. I mean, he can go away and get better too. So we'll see how it goes from here, but I kind of like where they're at. I think last week when I was on here, we were talking about the secondary, and I mentioned that there weren't many plays being made. Those guys made some plays out there in minicamp. That was good to see.
Yeah.
Made me feel a little bit better about that. I thought Justin Reed was maybe the most, splashiest player over the 2 days. Just kind of the way he moves, sees things, crashes down in the flats. This vision-based defense, I think is going to be really good for him and the way he plays. So I think that's something that stood out. And then Kool-Aid made a couple plays in the red zone period, which was something that's really good to see. I mean, I think he's highly important to just the overall health of the franchise now and into the future. So a couple decent little, optimistic things to hang on to heading into the offseason.
Nick, how's the when I look at offense, it's like trying to judge. We would always judge like how an offense is doing in like an OTA mini camp, early training camp, by kind of the rhythm, like quarterbacks throwing on time, but really like a completion percentage. You can't really judge it based off big plays a lot, touchdowns like thrown during practice because you're not tracking yards. A lot of times in these training, the defense is learning too, so there's a lot of defensive mistakes as well that you can take advantage of. Then like the offensive play will look better than it might have actually supposed to have been. So I look at like timing, completion percentage. Is that something that you tracked or noticed that was like, all right, these guys are getting the ball in and out of their hands, are going through their reads quickly, getting to check down, and also are you tracking kind of like an overall completion, maybe not exact percentage, but kind of in your head, like this guy's, got 4 or 5 in a row and he's doing, it's looking smooth.
Oh, no, we got exact everything. We got throw charts on our website. You can go look at the quadrants.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, Rattler throws, I think, with a little bit more rhythm. I think that's kind of the big thing. And I think it kind of shows up just over the middle of the field, too. Like in that just in rhythm, up the seams, attacking the middle, seeing things quickly. I mean, Rattler's kind of dressing up that middle area of the field. And Chuck kind of more, he likes to roll out a little bit. And there's not as much over the middle. And I kind of feel like that was where I felt like Rattler had the big advantage. And that was kind of where I saw improvement with Chuck, though, over time. Like in the OTAs, it felt like, and when he was rolling out, I felt like it was almost always to the left. And it just felt like there was a lot of that. And then in minicamp, there's a little bit more quicker stuff happening over the middle. But Rattler, 45 for 59 over the 5 practices that we saw, 1 pick. Chuck, 44 for 59, 1 pick over those same practices. So, I mean, this thing is basically the same. Now, Chuck has a little bit more down the field, the 0 to 10 left and right. Like he's really dressing that up. But yeah, I thought Spencer was better over the middle. Chuck didn't complete a single pass between 10 to 20 yards over the middle. Rattler had 3, kind of attacking them seams a little bit. So like just kind of the way they're going at it is a little bit different. And that's kind of seeing, like when he's seeing it fast and getting it out, like that's where I think he's really, really good. Interestingly, one other thing is just the big takeaways. Second highest targeted guy, second highest completions, Juwan Johnson on both of those, right behind Rashid Shaheed, 9 catches on 11 targets. I think that's a little bit of a reason for optimism too. I mean, I'm kind of beyond the on-top potential thing with him, but I do think that him and Derek Carr didn't necessarily coalesce the way you would want to see him. And I think, after Carr got hurt last year, Juwan came to life a little bit. Maybe there's that little bit of life, if he can give you 4 catches, 40 yards every single week. I mean, I think that would be a huge benefit to the offense. He was kind of the guy that stood out the most to me. And it was 6 targets from Rattler, 5 from Chuck, pretty even split. So like, it isn't like he was benefiting from one guy over the other. Just like a really consistent, 5 days of practice out of him. And I think that's the key with him is just kind of finding that consistency.
Yeah. And Nick, let me tell you, like when you're evaluating quarterbacks in a practice situation and trying to who's looking better, who's looking smoother, it's not always necessarily about completion percentage, although you definitely want it to be high. It can be a red flag if it's not. Yeah. But what you've already talked about and discussed about what Spencer's doing and what Chuck is getting to is the fastest way to the end zone is over the middle. That is a quarterback's philosophy. That's a play caller's philosophy. That's the fastest way to get a ball into the end zone is over the middle. So when you look, I always think quarterbacks are ahead, at least mentally or like from a comfort level within the offense, is how they're attacking the middle of the field, and especially the intermediate length routes. If you have a guy that's consistently seeing it, hitting it, completing it, that's a huge green flag for me when I'm trying to evaluate a quarterback, is how much he's taking advantage of that middle. And it's impossible for a young guy to do that. So Chuck getting better at that's something to watch for, is how's his completions over the middle going forward. And I guess with that being said, you kind of answered my question about who that number 2 receiver was coming, but I guess I'll kind of flip it around and say within this new offense with Kellen Moore, a big part of throwing the ball over the middle is it could be a tight end. How are they utilizing a tight end? How's that position looking right now?
It's the biggest thing that stood out to me throughout this, really. It kind of felt empty going into it, and I'm not, declaring anything here. I'm not ready to say they got that position answered or anything like that. but those guys consistently down the chart. It was the biggest surprise of anything. Jack Stoll, he was someone that stood out a lot. They brought him in from Philly, 6 targets, 6 catches, kind of a handpicked guy there. I think more of a blocker than a receiver, but the fact that they kind of targeted him, brought him here, said something that he stands out as a pretty decent little summer here, these practices. Trayton Welch, who I'm guessing nobody who's listening to this has ever heard of him. 4 catches, 4 targets. He looked pretty good throughout it. Mataveo, the rookie they drafted, he got targeted a lot, 5 targets, only 2 catches. But, I mean, they're getting the ball to these guys, and that does look like a position that maybe has a little bit more potential, especially when Foster Moreau's on the sideline. And, again, he was someone that really came to life during the second half of the season last year after all the receivers went down. So, maybe there's a little bit there. Maybe there's a mix. I think it does come back to Juwan. I think there's just so much about this offense that they need his presence. Just when you're playing with a bunch of 6-foot guys, like at some point you do need someone to make a contested catch, and maybe it can be him. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely getting the ball to those guys, and I felt a little bit encouraged seeing just a little bit of production there. And Welch is the one guy that kind of made me, out of like everybody, if I had to pick a dark horse right now, I think maybe he's at least in the mix. He stood out. He looked good. I thought Michael Jacobson was the guy that was going to flash a little bit because that's kind of what he does every summer. But Welch was the guy that kind of caught my eye. And, it happens enough times you're like, damn, who's that guy? And you're looking up the number. And, by the end of it, that name is stuck in your mind. So he definitely made an impression on me.
Another position, certainly, Nick, we want to ask you about is the running back position. You make the move to sign veteran Cam Akers, and certainly somebody that's been in the NFL for a long time. In the last couple of years, he's kind of been a journeyman, but he's been somebody that's, been productive at times. So what does him signing with the Saints mean for the team? And also, what's it mean for our guy, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, as well? Like, he was a veteran running back on that team behind AK. Like, how do you kind of see maybe the pecking order of the running back room now?
It's interesting, man. Like I don't. They either have a ton of guys there, or they have nothing behind Alvin, and it could really go either direction. These aren't really the practices to evaluate it. They aren't running the ball at all. No offensive lineman on the field, no D line. Like you can't really see anything there. Akers didn't do anything that really caught my eye. It looked like he moved well. I don't know what that means, overall, but it didn't look like a guy coming off like a second Achilles injury, but how far along is he actually in that? I can't really judge that right now. There's a lot of guys in that mix though. Like there's Velus Jones who I think moves well. Marcus Yarns, the undrafted rookie, he moves well. Xavier Baladay, he had like 1,200 yards, I think his last season in college, UDFA last year. He moves well and kind of pops a little bit. I'm still betting on Kendre Miller. When you go out there and you look at all the guys out there, he just visually looks like the best athlete on a field of athletes. Right. And, if they could figure something out with him, maybe, Clyde, obviously, we saw what he could do. I think pass protection is going to end up being a big part of this, like who can block. Oh, Devin Neal, too. Like he looks pretty good, too, and he gets involved in the passing game. So, my top 3 right now, I think, are Alvin, Kendre, and Devin Neal. If they go to 4, I don't know which one I would pick right now. And, maybe it is a thing where they carry 3 and they have these 2 veterans on the practice squad and they end up being elevations early in the season and then they eventually sign one to the 53. That might be a way to cheat the roster a little bit. Those are kind of the guys that you can keep around and play that game with. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be a really fascinating competition, and I'm eager to see how it plays out because the only guy I know for sure, like, what he is Alvin, and the rest of them are kind of mysteries at this point. And there could be a lot there. And like, they were flashing. It is kind of the signs you want to see, but, I really think it's going to come down to, like, who can block, who can add that element of protection because – it isn't necessarily Alvin. He's not great at that. It's not Kendre Miller unless he learns how to be assignment sound, which has been a massive issue for him. And I have no idea what Devin Neal can do there. So, I think right now, push comes to shit. Like, I don't know. I know what Clyde can do in that area. So maybe he would be the 4th guy on my list. if you go young guy potential, Xavier Valade caught my eye more than the other guys, but I don't know. I don't know how to gauge it right now.
On the Saints lineup, game 1 of preseason, what can fans expect when they're looking at – I'm not going to give you a tough one here. All right. What can fans expect when they watch the offense? What kind of tempo has Kellen Moore brought? Are we like a traditional huddle team, muddle huddle? Do we work some tempo in practice? What's kind of the majority as far as a tempo, how the offense is doing?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I think he does really well, and it's a good mix. They like to go one-word turbo at times, and then they'll kind of not huddle, do like the little sugar huddle thing, and kind of vary the speeds up. Like there's super fast tempo, there's tempo, and then there's like a mid-range. Like I think they mix that stuff up really well and just do a lot of things to kind of keep the defense off balance so that they don't really ever get a feel for it. And going through and watching Philly last year, that was one of the things that kind of really stood out to me, that seemed, brilliant. And then talking to them about it and the way they put things together and the way they design some of this stuff, like it is kind of, I think his core ethos is having just that tempo that he can weaponize on defenses. And, I think that's the thing that they do well. And, I'm excited to kind of see how that stuff plays out, and just the way it all like kind of goes together. I don't know, like just talking to him, like there was Sean Payton and then there was this era in between and now there's Kellen Moore, and it kind of feels like, when you're talking to people, there's just sure answers for things again, and that at least gives you a little bit of confidence in the idea of what they're doing. And I think it's very well put together, and I'm thinking that that's a way that they're gonna shine this season is through that tempo stuff. And I think he just has a really good tempo package.
All right, what about the tush push, brotherly shove, whatever you want to call it? Are we going to see that in the Superdome this year with the New Orleans Saints?
I think they should. I had no idea how much time they put into that. That was something that Philly practiced twice every single day in their practice. I watched Nussmeier talk at this coaching clinic, and like he just went through the whole process of like how they install it and how much attention to detail it demands. And I think that's the reason they're so good at it and nobody else is because it's just something you have to be comfortable with. Like you're lining up, your stance under center is different. Your center stance is different. It changes the mechanics of the snap. And like they would go through it in their walkthrough every single day. And then at practice, when they got dressed and went out to the actual field, they would practice again there. And it was just something they would just go over and over and over. And yeah, I mean, it takes an allocation of resources and it's minutes every week. But if it's a sure thing every, 1 yard to go, I could see it. I don't know who they would have run it though. I mean, I think that would be kind of the interesting thing. Like I think Shuck probably could. I don't know if Rattler could. Obviously Taysom's right there, but I don't know with the smaller hands if in the ball security issues we've seen throughout his career if he's the right candidate for it. I don't know. It's something though that I think they should use. If you have an automatic play and you have the keys for how to run it, I think it would be a shame if they didn't.
All right, Nick, here's your tough question today. Nick Underhill, New Orleans Saints expert. Who's the starting pitcher today for the LSU Tigers?
I honestly could not tell you. I'm not. I'm from the North, man. Like college baseball wasn't a thing, and then like every time the college World Series comes around, it's like, damn, this is happening right now. It catches me by surprise. I have no idea, but I don't know. Are they worth watching? What's the deal?
Yeah,
I would say
of
so.
course,
Pretty big deal. 45 minutes we played.
Yeah, they are playing 10:05, I believe, is the first pitch because they got rained out last night. Nick, I mean, it's early morning. You probably don't have a lot going on just yet. So I hustle some LSU-UCLA.
All right. I'll check it out.
All right, he's not going to check anything out. No, he's not. All right, last thing before we let you go, do we have a fullback, perhaps, maybe sort of kind of on the roster? What's it looking like at the fullback position? The people want to know.
It's over, man.
Nobody wants to know.
Shoot.
It's over, man.
All right.
You guys are down to like 6 teams. I don't know what it is, but the number's dwindling. Yeah.
Dude, we were down to, last thing, I'll let you go. I remember talking to my agent, and I was a free agent, and I had 2 offers, but he's like, hey, like, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but right now there's only 18 teams that carry a fullback out of 32, and this is at 2013. So he's like, 2 offers is really like 7 or 8 for any other position. So I was like, okay, when you break it down that way. So look, that was 12 years ago, Nick, so I get it. It's okay. We had a run.
Yeah, it's
we'll
not
be
looking
back.
good, man. It's not looking good.
That's all right. Man, God, that hurts. Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, joins us every single Tuesday here on OTB. Nick, we appreciate the time as always and look forward to next week.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
We used to carry 2.
I know y'all did. We did too.
The entire time I was there.
The way we did it, so we had me and Mike Tolbert were always up because we could play both. And there was one game, and we got kind of caught with it because I get why Norv did it. It was like special teams guys, and they can save a roster spot because like there'd be games when me and Tolbert would just rotate fullback, tailback. Like if we were forming an offense trying to close out a game, but we were playing in Denver one year, and it was just me, Tolbert, Ryan Matthews up. Love Ryan Matthews. Was, I mean, built like a Greek god, but he went through some injuries. Mm-hmm. So he went down. Tolbert got knocked out, had a concussion. And I've told this story before. Like, I got knocked out, but Randy McMichael said, I'm not playing running back today. I haven't done it since high school, and I'm not doing it here in the NFL. He called a timeout, right? One of those, pick the one in the middle.
Yep.
Played the second half in that game because I was the only other running back that was up, the only one left available, and don't remember a single play from the second half.
We call that undiagnosed CTE.
Yeah. But you know what? Well, you know what's wild? I don't remember anything about it, but like I picked up a backside corner cat in that game off like straight, I guess, muscle memory or something. Don't remember anything about it.
You were trying to go front side, but
just drifted.
You accidentally went backside and he ran into you?
I remember because I cut Champ Bailey, and Champ's like, yes, what are you doing?
Come on,
He's like,
man.
dude, like, you know I ain't coming in here to try to.
I'm a corner.
Yeah. But Champ's so soft-spoken, great guy.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, Hess. Like,
Man, those vets.
You're too big to be cut. I'm
Those
like,
vets hate getting cutted.
Dude, I don't know.
I'm sorry, dude.
I don't know what city I'm in right
I'm
now.
concussed.
Champ.
They didn't put me through the protocol.
Protocol? No, I mean.
They didn't bring me to the tent.
No, there was no tent. There was no beeping down to the sideline either. I got hit by Joe Mays right in like the side of the head. I ran a toss sweep, picked up like 8 yards.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Shout out.
But Joe hit me like right here because I watched the replay. And it's just like one of those, he hits you and you can just see the body go boop. Bloop. Bloop. That's what it was.
Like a sack of potatoes.
All right. We will step away. We'll get into Matt Flynn's favorite subject when we come back. Baseball here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Are you happy now? We're getting back to baseball.
I know. I've been begging you
for
an hour and a half.
Go to GoTommies.com. Tommy's windows, doors, and siding, where you'll clearly see the difference. I mean, every year, hang the banners, award season.
2016.
Every year.
2017.
Yep.
18.
What about 19?
That was award winning.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. You get it. But something new, the newest award, Best of Baton Rouge in the Advocate. Best windows. You know who it went? Tommy's. There's a lot of companies, Matt, that are in that profession in Baton Rouge, in the greater Baton Rouge area. But the Advocate said it. We say it all the time. There's only one that is at the top, and that is Tommy and his team over at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go to the website today. GoTommys.com.
Want to see what they can do? Go to their gallery on their website. Want to see some testimonials? They got that too.
Yep.
Go see what the customers, their own customers, are saying. Have them come in. Make your house more energy efficient. GoTommys.com. GoTommys.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedic.
Yo, man, there's a lot of brothers out there flaking and perpetrating, scared to kick reality. Yo, man, there's a lot of brothers out there flaking and perpetrating, scared to kick reality. Get the gas up.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in, OTB. Here's where Matt Flynn dives right back into Omaha. Who's going to be on the mound for LSU? Who's coming up for UCLA? He breaks it all down now.
Oh, I'm getting my headphones on. Everybody, please wait.
If you wouldn't have been doing
I'm not going to break it down.
Ready.
I'm not going to break that down. Okay. I am going to finally get around to telling everybody what pissed me off about the rain delay yesterday.
All right.
I know we all noticed it.
UCLA does have 3 lefties coming up when the game resumes, so
when we saw this,
take that information.
We saw all the coverage. We saw it on the social media. The first couple of LSU was in attendance last night. Now, I don't know how many days Paul Skeens has off.
He pitches every 5th day.
I don't know how many days Paul Skeens has off. But I find it hard to believe he's going to get the leash to show up again today.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So we had Paul Skeens.
Now, Paul can probably do whatever the hell Paul wants to do, but I understand what you're saying.
But it's kind of one of those deals where, like, yeah, you can head over there for a night. Absolutely. Go enjoy the LSU Tigers. Man, you're a legend, blah, blah, blah. The first couple, they were there in attendance. Now, they did get to go and go to Rocco's.
Yeah, the Pirates
be of the people. I'm sure they had about, I don't know, how many bodyguards we think?
Yeah,
at least
the Pirates
2.
were off yesterday, and then today they're in Detroit.
Yeah,
so
I got
Paul's
a hard
ain't
time.
gonna be there.
He ain't gonna be there. I don't think. It'd be great if he was, but we really wanted to get that W with those 2 in attendance.
A lot of bodyguards. He did update the Jello shot counter.
He did. I saw that. That's legit. Oh, and by the way, I didn't do this one yesterday. Weekend Loser was, I don't know if it was the NCAA or who it was, but LSU had to release a statement saying they're aware of the NIL violations of Livy Dunn's jersey at the first game.
I think that's fake.
Do you think so?
I think so.
Well, apparently she got in trouble.
Yeah, I think that was fake.
I think that's stupid.
I think you got.
Did I?
Sounds like it.
I don't know.
I saw that.
Weekend loser myself.
I mean, always and forever. I forgot to mention this one in weekend winners. I see a squirrel running by. I got to say something about the squirrel. Weekend winner for Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh.
So, hold on, Jordan. I'm going to get there.
That's it.
So, Clyde was somebody that when he was at LSU, different times, like he would come over to the house and hang out with the family, cook dinner for him, and created a relationship not only with me and Katie, but like with our kids as well. And so once Clyde got drafted to the Chiefs, it's when my son Hudson was really picking out his favorite NFL team. Now, Dad played for the rivals of the Chiefs, the Chargers and the Broncos, so two rivals of the team.
Sure.
But he remembers having good times with Clyde when Clyde would come over, right? And so he gets drafted, and at the same time, the Honey Badger was already there.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and they got Mahomes.
And they're winning.
They're winning. Yeah, which
winning.
helps.
Yeah.
So Hudson goes diehard Chiefs. I mean, full on just diehard Chiefs.
Chiefs Kingdom.
He has a sign in his room over his bed that says Kingdom, right? His room has like a bunch of Chiefs stuff and red accents in it, and it's like it's Chief themed, right? And I'm like, at first I'm like, I don't love that. That's the rival of my. And I was like, whatever. I mean, he loves them. Cool. Memphis is a Panthers fan because of God knows why. Christian McCaffrey, Madden, and he stuck with him. I appreciate him sticking with him, but whatever. But Chiefs, okay, and Clyde. Like, I remember one time, so Hudson had got on Instagram, and he messaged Clyde, like direct message Clyde, like talking about good luck today in the game. And my man Clyde hit him back. He's like, Huddy Paul, what's up, my guy?
Yeah.
Or, so like that, right? And they've had this relationship, and Clyde and I both are part of Elite Training Academy, so just really good friends. Do you know what Clyde got Hudson for his birthday this year?
Probably something expensive.
A game-worn Clyde Edwards-Helaire Chiefs jersey with a personal message on it, and a game-worn Tyreek Hill Chiefs jersey.
Whoa.
Weekend winner.
Wow.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
You already have it framed up, or
We just got them. We're getting, like, Katie's already got like the
little box,
display. Like she's gonna like a display. He's gonna put like his home run balls and medals and all that on it as well.
That's awesome. Would he do a jersey swap with Tyreek?
So
probably after a game,
I guess.
That's
but
awesome.
They're from the 2020 season. So we film it, and Hudson comes in, and he sees Katie filming, and he's kind of like, well, well, Mom, why are you filming or whatever? He kind of looks around, and like his eyes lock to him. He gets frozen, and totally caught him off guard. But shout out to Clyde, man. What a gift. Something Dad is never like. If I brought my old 22 Chargers jersey in there, he'd be like,
"What is this?
This going in Jack's room? What's this doing in here?" But
awesome.
man,
Good for him.
You said it was the 2020 jerseys.
Yeah.
So it has like the little like NFL 100-year anniversary little emblem.
It's got like that Chiefs and whatever anniversary patch it was. Yeah.
Oh man.
I know.
Damn. Bro.
That's you being in the hobby game now. Even better.
Well, I mean, those are his, and like Clyde wrote a very cool message on the back of it as well.
Tough.
So
Shout out, Clyde.
Weekend winner.
Shout out.
Flynn tried to bring the it's got that patch right there. There you go. Shout out to Tay if you're watching us. So here's the Clyde making the Saints roster.
What do you think?
You sign Cam Akers, and so I think that's going to be like they're going to compete for the veteran spot.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a veteran spot behind AK. It's going to go to one of those two guys, and then it's going to be a young guy spot, right? So you're fighting multiple guys fighting for that, Kendre, Neal, and then it's going to be a potential special teamer spot for like if you got a fourth running back. Like you sign, some pretty talented undrafted free agents, and so there's a path. But we see this happen all the time where you bring in a veteran at your position. It's like, all right, old guys, go battle it out. Let's see which one wins. That's what it feels like. Like neither one of those guys is going to play special teams.
No.
That's just not who they are. That's not what they've done in their career. They're going to be in there for a veteran presence in the meeting rooms, probably some third down stuff. AK's not great at pass protection. He's just not. I mean, he's a hell of a running back, but it's probably the thing he's weakest at.
Yeah.
So when he's in there, it's a lot of free release screens to him, or one side check and get out.
Yeah, when Cam gets into a game, like when he gets his piss out, man, he's electric.
Oh yeah,
he brings
his problem's a torn Achilles in both feet.
Right.
I mean, that's his
He's got him in both.
Yeah. So his first one in 21 was the left. The one he tore in 2023 was his right. So I think they're probably battling it out, like Jake said. I think Devin Neal makes it. I think he's your rookie. I don't know if Kendre Miller makes this team. Because if you want a special teams guy, a young guy to keep, you could grab a Marcus Yarns on the practice squad. And that's an undrafted guy. He's going to want to play special teams.
Oh, yeah. You better be a core 4 war daddy.
Yep.
You're an undrafted free agent rookie at running back. Hell, you better be one if you're a third-round pick at running back.
Yeah.
Believe you me.
It's going to be tough, man. It's
a battle.
Yeah,
Look, they signed Clyde for a reason,
yeah.
right? They signed him back this year after last year. He showed them something that had them intrigued.
Yeah,
so,
it's just everybody's in a brand new offense. So, which one of those guys is going to fit the best and be that trustworthy guy that you can insert in there? It's going to give you the best opportunity in pass protection, checkdowns, and who can help out a young quarterback the best, because a running back's so important at helping out young quarterbacks.
Yep.
So important.
Without question, man. I never played in a game with a young quarterback, but certainly in the preseason, I remember being in there with Scott Tolzien.
Oh, Scoots.
Guys like that. And it's like,
friend of the show.
You're trying to help those guys out. Brock Osweiler was a guy, like I remember being in Denver, being there with Brock, and he'd get flustered a little bit and be like, hey, Brock,
calm down.
Settle down, bud.
You got this, buddy.
We're good.
Yeah.
Call the play. Let's get them to the line of scrimmage. Let's have no pre-snap penalties, because if you do, Foxy is going to MF you, and then Goose is going to MF you. Like, let's just relax. We're good. And then Peyton's going to MF you. You come over to the sideline. So, yeah. Baseball.
Good baseball talk, man. Like, this is the best baseball show out we got, to be honest with you.
Dude.
Like,
all right.
Musso needs to take some notes, man. We're doing this. We got to run Musso in the box. OTB at the box.
All right, we'll see if we can get some boots on the ground reporting. I've got some messages out to some people there in Omaha. We'll see maybe who's warming up the heaviest there for the LSU Tigers. Maybe we get an idea of who is going to start the game. We'll have all that for you when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com is the website to buy new, to lease, and to, of course, rent that vehicle from All Star Toyota. Now, when you're buying new, everything is available. Every single thing. That's everywhere. Okay. When you're leasing, you might get one in each category. Not the case over at All Star. Everything is available. Multiple options in multiple categories. When you're renting, it's like, hey, you get 3 cars to choose from. Small, medium, and large. Not the case at All Star. Literally everything is available. Per day rental prices right there on the website. Go to it today. allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Siennas, Highlanders, need to haul something, Tacomas, whatever you need. New, used, you need to rent. You want to take a last minute trip this weekend to Omaha. Don't want to put miles on your car. Go check out their rental options. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, 225-433-0105.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. performance. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luva, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Off the bench. Just over 20 minutes away. A lot of chat. A lot of rumbles in the chat right now.
Oh, they talking.
They thinking Evans going to get the nod. But nothing's official, right?
No, I mean, nothing has been official. Announced. There's rumblings.
Welcome back, Hester. We're killing it. We are killing it.
That's what we do, man. We're professionals.
What we do.
Come on, man.
I do actually love this game of, trying to figure it out, reach out to sources.
How's it going?
I got my brother sending me pictures of Case and Evans throwing to Hernandez. That obviously means he must be going. Taylor is.
Chat definitely thinks
I just
Evans
don't
is
like
going.
it.
Taylor is red hot.
Even if you win this
Thinking
game, I don't like it.
Case and Evans going today. Give us your reason.
Yeah, like why?
Because you're not going to throw Cade Anderson again until, obviously, if you make it to the championship series.
Now, you do have, Anthony Einstein can come back on
he
shorter
threw
rest now.
44 pitches yesterday, so he could come, probably relief effort Thursday, maybe, if it came to that. I just look at it, best case scenario, Case and Evans goes out there, you win the game. You do not have Case and Evans. You do not have Cade Anderson. You don't have Anthony Einstein in a starting role, and you potentially have to play 2 games if you lose tomorrow without all 3 of those guys. I get it. You want to win today? This game is not a must win. You want to win it. I would rather hold Case and Evans either tomorrow and close it out, or if you lose this game, play them tonight and get there again. I don't want to throw Case and Evans today.
Especially getting spotted. I mean, you're up 2.
You're up 2.
Right.
You need 6 innings.
Right.
Can you find 2 good, solid arms that can get you 3 innings apiece?
So I think Andrew Rydell's where I saw this on X. He said, Zach Cowan and Jay Johnson had a combo. Maverick Rizzi is throwing with a backup catcher. Jay Newt is still stretching and is one of the only pitchers I haven't seen throw yet. So I think we will be seeing Newt first. I mean, it's like so funny, man.
Yeah.
It's like the mind games of what goes into and all the speculation of what goes into it. And then like the tweet right above that is from Coco Riley, where Coco Riley says, Kaysen Evans is throwing with Luis Hernandez. Seems like a sign.
Like, how many innings, how many pitches do you have to throw to be burned for? I mean, burned for, there's multiple things. You burn for a couple days, but I mean, there's multiple times where relievers will come in a situation the next day for a couple, like an inning or something.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
So, like, what is that pitch? Like, let's just say Kaysen Evans does start. I guess we don't know the game plan. What if he goes 2 innings today?
If Kaysen Evans is starting, if you burn him, and he is going to go for as long as he possibly can today, would be my guess. Like, you don't use him for an inning or 2 innings even today.
Nah.
Like, depending on who the pitcher was, that was going to kind of dictate how long that pitcher went in the game. Right? If it was somebody that is normal reliever, out of the bullpen, it's like, all right, let's try to get 2 innings out of him. If you went with Kaysen Evans, it was going to be, let's see how long he can go. Jay Newt is probably the same ballpark of what the expectation would be as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maverick Grizzly came in, let's get through 1 inning. So it depends on who came in and how many pitches they threw and what the plan was going into it.
Yeah, the pitcher, the rotation, how Jay's going to handle it, that is the big debate because that's the clearly unknown. But the one thing that is not unknown, go put 10 plus on him. Right? I mean, let's squash all the, what if this, what if that. Get the bats hot and keep them hot. Build that confidence. Let's go cheer on Bear. Make sure that bat stays hot.
You do have to, it's the obvious statement, but you got to win this one to give yourself some breathing room. So if you decide to, air quotes, burn Kaysen Evans, it's because you realize the magnitude of this game. Yeah. And if you lose this game, you got to play another one today. You lose that one, you're at the house.
Yeah, you're out of there.
Right?
Yeah.
You've gone fishing if you lose.
That's the argument for Kaysen, right? Like, if you throw Kaysen Evans today and you win today, whoever wins the game tonight has to beat you twice in 2 days. Mm-hmm. You win one of those 2, you're at the championship. So, I mean, there's positives and negatives. I just think you can win this game without Kaysen Evans.
Like Flynn, regardless of who it is, when it is, whatever the situation is, go win the damn game.
Dingers.
Stay in the winners bracket. Allow UCLA to go take on Arkansas later, and don't even worry about it. Go score some runs. Support whoever's out there on the mound. There's a lot of different options. It's probably going to be multiple guys. You win this one, though, then you'll figure out everything at the back end. Unlike that is what Jay Johnson is trying to do. You got to win this one to give yourself the breathing room that you're looking for.
How are you taking in the game?
I was literally as we're talking about it, what
am I doing?
What am I doing for this thing? It's like, it's going to be on. This is such foreign territory for us on the morning show. Every once in a while, during a World Cup, we'll get a game and we'll stay in here for a little bit. We'll watch it. NCAA tournament, we'll get some. It's not a lot of times that we get to watch our team here after this show. So I really don't even know. I'll be honest with you.
I think I'm going to go over to the office, put it on to the office, and act like I'm answering some emails and doing
the My High office.
The My High office.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, we got multiple offices.
Yep.
Big office guy. And
so,
if Bo would put our desks together, we'd have our office here. Bo.
Come on, Bo.
It's funny because I know Bo listening too.
Oh, no. That's why I said it. All right, we will step away for the final time, and when we come back, we'll finish it like we do every single day, getting to your questions. Ask the bench inside the Bayou Ford Huddle right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Matthew Clayton Flynn, do you think some Dos Equis were put down last night?
I think a lot of Dos Equis. They probably, the adage of Tommy Moffitt used to tell us, don't try to drink every beer in Baton Rouge because they'll make more.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, LSU fans try to drink all the Dos Equis in Omaha.
They were trying to test that theory. They're probably waking up this morning, enjoying an ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. Little hair of the dog situation. And probably in the stands, probably outside of the game as well. I mean, is there a better tailgating beer than Dos Equis?
No.
Is there a better in-game beer than Dos Equis?
Morning beer.
Brunch beer.
Responsibly double-fisted.
Responsibly. Go for Dos.
Go for Dos.
Always
Dos.
and forever.
Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis. Go enjoy one today. Enjoy one while watching the Tigers play here in a couple of minutes. Go for Dos. Dos Equis. Drink responsibly.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luva, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Automotive.com.
Yeah! For the first time, it's going down history, baby. New 3-6 Mafia, featuring 8-Ball and MJG, Young Buck.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. One final segment here. OTB. LSU getting ready to take on UCLA.
10 minutes. Get to your spots, people.
Ask the bench. Favorite Matt Damon role or performance?
Oh, man, he's got a lot.
Jason Bourne. I like the Bourne movies.
Yeah, the Bourne movies are awesome.
I am going to go with either The Departed or Good Will Hunting.
I like them in Ocean's 11 too.
I also like, you know what? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have to know thyself. Euro Trip.
Yeah, Euro Trip is the most underrated cameo of all time.
Scotty had no idea.
Had no clue.
And no clue what Matt was doing.
His van.
Mine would have to be Interstellar.
That's Matthew McConaughey.
You're thinking of The Martian?
No, he was like the guy that was on the
Oh, no, he
Mars.
was in Interstellar.
I mean,
yeah, he was the guy.
Okay, but you're thinking.
Well, I just like
okay.
Interstellar.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I do too, but I was like thinking certainly
That's your favorite?
Yeah, it's kind of a smaller role.
I'm looking at his, his like.
What?
IMDb.
Yeah.
What was the movie he was in? I think with.
Yeah, he was
I think started with Greg Kinnear. They were Siamese twins.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was a good one.
What was that called? That was funny.
That was a good one.
It was a funny movie.
I was gonna say The Martian after that, just because it's
Martian's
it's just
great.
like only him, right? So
true.
Takes a pretty.
No
good
love for Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, I mean classics. I was just trying to throw something different.
Hey, like
out
them
there.
apples.
He's got a lot of
The best
range.
scenes out there.
A lot of range.
Oh my gosh, what was the one where it just came out? Gosh, my brain just doesn't work.
I mean, we're going up 3
The Duel?
hours, bud.
I know.
The Duel.
Yeah.
Was that what it's called? know
I
what
think
you're
so,
talking
right?
about.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
medieval
Yeah,
one?
yeah, right.
Yeah. That was okay.
Adam
It
Driver.
was all right.
Oh man, I like that one. Would you rather an RV, a boat, or an ATV?
Boat.
RV.
I'm about to say I kind of want that RV road tripping,
RV.
baby. We
Yeah,
road
I'd
tripping.
I'd like a boat, but a boat's kind of like a pool. Like it's very enjoyable, but it comes with its
Yep,
you
you
know
gotta
things that
maintain it.
you got to make sure you maintain it. Yeah, you got to stay on top of your stuff. You right?
Yeah, it's a what I've heard. I don't.
The most
boat,
fun,
but
a boat for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of what I would personally use the most would be a boat.
I guess I'm gonna go with ATV because I don't think my wife wants to take an RV trip or not. And I don't know if I do too. I love like having the convenience of a toilet on a road trip just right there.
Yeah.
We've rented like a RV like van situation, and it's like with the kids, it's awesome to have the bathroom there on a road trip. I'm gonna go with ATV. Get me to my hunting spot, my fishing spot.
All right. Bilbo says RV way less maintenance than a boat. Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true.
You do have to dump your own.
You know what?
Poo.
Let's go, Tigers. Now is the time. Literally, like
Let's
right
go.
now. You're in Omaha. Go get it done. Don't let the rain affect it. Go
Fingers.
get a dub. Let's go.
Off the bench.
Go to yourgoodwood.com. That is Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Do not settle for a mediocre sex life, and you don't have to. You just go to yourgoodwood.com, bottom right corner of the website. Get that consultation set up. When you go to the website, find a full list of services they can help you out with. Pricing. Got questions that often get answered right there on the website. You can check those out. Contact information. Always pick up the phone. Give them a call. 225-4GD-WOOD.
Everybody's got stuff happening. There's fixes for it these
There is.
days, right?
If there was a problem, you go.
Yeah, I got a little thin hair. Man, some hair rejuvenation. Maybe some hormone imbalances. They can fix it. YourGoodwood.com. YourGoodwood.com. 225-443-9663.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt,